good.
New PACT Life.
Anyway,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Let's do this, man.
Ready.
WTF. Hey, can I take these off?
Try not to curse. I know it's your first day here. Training day.
Hey, man.
Welcome to a special edition of the PACT Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with. Are you considered family? Yeah, you consider.
At this point.
Yeah, we got family there. We gonna start with. We got Damon on the left. You know, constant member of the PACT Life Pod. He's back. And we have special guests. My best friend, a Marvel geek, nerd, all the above.
DC too. Don't forget it.
Don't forget, speaking to the mic, they gotta hear what you're saying.
DC as well.
Got you.
Thank you.
We have my best friend Journi.
Yeah, just talk to you. What's up,
Lady and gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Ready to get some podding in, as always.
Pardon?
Yeah.
You ready to do some podding? We want to label this marvelous talk.
Oh, I like that.
That's kinda
That
hard,
was
yeah.
good.
That was
Yeah.
solid.
That was good. Marvelous.
We're gonna have marvelous talk. You know, talking MCU, all the Phase 4 and 5 news, the best movies, worst movies, best superhero, worst superhero, and we're gonna talk about Marvel in general because we got our Marvel geek with a book. Show them the book.
He got my
What a book.
We got the book.
book.
What a book. Got going. I'll get this camera. That's the book.
That's my book.
So I'm gonna hand it to Damon. You take it away, man.
Where are we starting?
Villains. We gotta go. with
Top
villains.
5. My top 5 MCU villains. Number 5.
Wait.
Top 5, no debating.
Top
Top
five,
5, top 5, top 5.
Number 5. I gotta go with the Vulture. You know.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
I like.
Okay.
I really.
Hold on.
I like the Vulture. He was a villain that you could connect with once you found out the backstory and his family, especially from the beginning of the movie, how he translated with the Avengers first movie. Then you look to how he was the first guy who really had beef with Stark, like in a backstory, and they brought it back up. So that made it really hard. I got Vulture number 5. Number 4, Ultron. I think behind Thanos.
Tell us why.
Behind Thanos, Ultron is the most like you like to hear him talk.
Okay, yeah. Shout out James Spader. Great voice.
He was
actor.
going in.
Shout out Blacklist.
No strings on me. Number 3, Zemo, the guy who single-handedly, without lifting a muscle, broke up the Avengers.
Oh, that was crazy. I was like,
Number 3, I got Zemo, and y'all gotta go look. He's about to go crazy on the Winter Soldier and Falcon show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just released some pics with him with his mask. Gonna go crazy. Number 2, I might get called a hype beast, but I got Mysterio.
Hey. Wait, round of applause for you. Hold on.
Now, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. That's my favorite hero. But Mysterio, I think, as far as MCU goes, he kind of set the bar for this next phase. I mean, like, for me, I thought, like, following up Thanos, everybody was just going to be considered trash.
Yeah.
But he literally came out and made me invested in the movie. We just talked about it. Like, as soon as Peter walked out the bar, he completely changed. He
That was
said,
so
"Get
hard.
this suit off
That
of
was
me."
so hard.
So, and just the way the movie ended, how he was able to get everybody invested into his character, and seeing, I still think he's alive. He doesn't, but he's gonna be wrong.
Edith will never
He's gonna
lie.
be wrong.
come on,
Even-
now, the Sinister Six is on his way.
Even dead,
Exactly.
I'm the hero. Tony Stark knows. Edith knows. That's a
Whatever.
fact.
Exactly. This man knows that. Even dead, I'm the hero. So he's gonna come back and be perceived as the hero. Nothing's bigger than a hero coming back from the dead. Mysterio knows that. Keep your mind open.
My third eye ain't open. You right?
Number 1, Thanos. Come on now.
I mean, it's inevitable. You know.
I mean, he's
we
inevitable.
gotta explain.
A small price for salvation. I'll pass it
Reality is
on.
often disappointing.
Yeah.
Great quotes. Use them everyday life.
I know what it's like to lose. You know, Thanos doesn't miss. Number 1, easily.
We give it to. Let's go ahead.
Okay, anyway. So my top 5 villains. My number 5 is Alexander Pierce, only because he's one of the few humans that you just love to hate. You know what I mean? Like he was the start of like Hydra, as far as the Winter Soldier, like breaking him down. And it's like, because when the Winter Soldier happened, and you saw like the human that that was Bucky Barnes, and you saw like who he was and how he just like dismantled Shield
Right.
from the inside out. Like nobody knew who to trust.
I ain't
Like,
gonna lie.
Black Widow was like, what's going on?
I
Like,
did mark
what?
out when I saw him
That's
in
what
game.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, wow. Number 4, I give it to Mysterio. I appreciated the way he came, even though we knew like Mysterio, of course, was going to be a villain. How he did it, that was crazy. I did not like the way Peter just willingly gave up his glasses, though. I wasn't.
Yeah. You know, Tony was rolling over for that one.
I'm like, what? Like, how you just gonna give it to some random person off the street? Like, no. Anyway, number 3, Thanos. He's
3?
Yes, 3. He okay, bro. Like, he's straight. I understand.
What?
I get it. Thanos is most definitely.
Come on now, dog.
Okay, cool. Get it.
Come on.
Whatever. I did not agree with his reasoning. This whole. No, this equality. No, because we go back and forth all the time. I don't agree with nothing Thanos talking about. He's a good villain, yes, but he's not the best. Because honestly, his ideals were so stupid. Because let's be real, he did all of that. You know, like he killed like off half of his planet, Gamora's planet, all of that. They still end up dying. Like you didn't help at all. Mm-hmm. You didn't help. You just kickstarted what was already going to happen. Mm-hmm. They were all going to die. Everybody died. Because in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, when they did like the list, it said literally that her people, she was like the last one alive remained. Everybody died already. Just let it go. Why you think you just? And then honestly, I felt like he was just really too entitled to the fact that you can control somebody's life. That doesn't matter. You don't speed up death for people. That's not how it is.
But if it's
Number
already
3,
coming, what?
Number 3.
Inevitable.
Anyway, number 2, it was a tie between. No, it was for
Don't
me.
say Killmonger.
Nah, he's straight, but he's not up there at all.
It
It was a tie between 2 of Tony Stark's like villains, Obadiah Stane and Whiplash.
Number 1?
No, number 2.
They tied for second.
Yeah, they
So
tied for
you
second.
have Whiplash over Thanos?
Most definitely. I don't care. I don't care for Thanos' ideologies. Like, I just did not like him. Whiplash, though, I mean, I appreciate it. You know, like his effects, all of that. Him, the way he was cold. You can't tell me he wasn't cold.
Thanos wasn't cold?
Thanos was straight, bro. He didn't scare me. He was purple. I wasn't. Honestly, he was a cheater. Let's be real.
Cheater?
Yes, he had the way he fought them. Of course, you know, he did two-piece Hulk a little bit. But like the fact that he had to get all the stones. But yes, he did. He needed the stones. He needed his children who didn't do nothing.
But he beat everybody technically.
How his kids got their butt beat by
He
Captain
technically beat everybody without the stones except for Tony.
Exactly. No.
Whiplash couldn't beat a like.
No, I just like him like as a villain.
Okay.
I really appreciated his backstory.
Okay.
I also appreciated Obadiah Stane because it was just like not even gonna hold you.
Box of scraps.
Outside of everybody else, him and Howard Stark, they made Tony Stark, you know, who he was. Like he was the start of it. Tony Stark is the start of the MCU. Obadiah Stane had a big part to play in that, you know, like the deceivement, hurting him, started from this. It was crazy. Like he broke him down.
Right.
I loved it.
I do say though, like I knew halfway through Endgame, I knew they were gonna kill off Tony when they brought his dad back.
Nah,
I was like, they were wrapping up
That
his
hurt
arc.
me.
That was
hurt
definitely
me.
them wrapping up his
wasn't here
arc.
for that. Number 1 though has to be Hela from Thor Ragnarok.
Get out of here.
Bruh, I don't care what you say. I loved her. She was great. First of all, we're going to shout out to all the women in power. She came for everybody's necks. She didn't care nothing about
did.
that. Odin sleep. Odin
did.
nothing, bro. Whatever. Forget all y'all. Thor, you is my little brother, but you ain't hear no nothing. Loki, I don't care who you is. Everybody know, like, she was coming. She was ready.
did.
She was like, this is my throne. I'm finna take it back. I loved it. I felt it. That power. She like, and that honestly, like, she came and she just knew, like,
She
was
killed
like,
Shazam.
now for real, like, she ready for it. I loved it. We're not gonna get into that.
Hella. I can
loved
I
it.
can
Everything
respect
that
that.
she was about, bro. Like, she came
Number
in there.
1 though.
Number 1,
Facts, because she's a woman.
I just
That
cause
can't be your only reason.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a big reach. She's a woman. I get it. Thanos, yeah, whatever. We understand Thanos is one of the greats, but he's not the greatest in my book. I don't really like Thanos at all. He's annoying.
Gotta watch who you give platforms to.
Whatever.
All right, we're back, boys.
all right.
All right, my top 5 MCU villains. Number 5, Hela.
Wow.
I would explain it, but Journi just explained it elegantly and perfectly, so I'm not doing
We
that.
good.
Number 4, Loki. Now I know what y'all saying. Loki not a villain, but he was a villain. He's still conniving, manipulative. trying
Now
to
what
get his
Loki?
way.
What Loki are you talking about? The Loki from Avengers?
Loki in general.
But that's literally, he's the god of mischief. Like,
That's his
mischief
character,
is
but like
perceived as bad.
for me, like if people talking Loki as a villain, you're thinking of Avengers, but he was mind controlled in Avengers, so you really can't. Resurrections, no resurrections this time.
I gotta stay strong, bro. Low key, man, it's a villain. At the end of the day, he's bad. Well, good and bad he could be perceived either way, but he's still bad to his core. What?
If you say that, technically, Scarlet Witch is a villain. Technically. Anyway, go ahead.
Number 3, Mysterio. So my last 3 on this list, I like my villains to have a long-lasting impact, and I feel with Spider-Man: Far From Home, Mysterio revealing that if you've never seen it, it's a spoiler alert, that Spider-Man's Peter Parker at the end. I think that's gonna have a long-lasting impact come the next Spider-Man movie or whatever in the MCU. So, and you can't lie, them Mysterio illusions, crisp. Number 2, Zemo. That man.
Helm is Zemo.
So hard. What do you say? Mission report.
December 16th, 1991.
Yeah, lasting impact. Ruined the Avengers. Had them separated for when Thanos came.
You opened the door for Thanos.
Yep. Lasting impact. And number 1, dreaded. Run from it. Destiny still arise.
Or
Thanos.
shall I say, I.
Thanos number 1 though, cause it could either be 2012 Thanos, 2014 Thanos, not the old Thanos though, who got his head chopped off. But he used the stones to destroy the stones, so that's why he was weak. But come on, when have you seen that in a movie where the villain actually wins? It's hard.
The Joker won, but
I'm saying it's rare though.
But Thanos did it against a team, a unit.
But they weren't technically a unit. They were dismantled.
But look at it.
They've been dismantled for so many years past then. It don't even technically count.
But
they
I'm
don't fight
saying
the same.
the Joker. If you look at,
you have folks in Wakanda, you have folks over here in space. Like it
and
don't
he pulled up
correlate.
on all of them
Because he had the gems. He can't do that just by himself.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at Endgame and Infinity War, what Thanos did as far as psychologically outsmarting them by using the Pym particles to pull up in their timeline. That's one.
And
then he
the
gave.
only reason why that even happened was because of Nebula. Like he didn't just do this just off the
But
rip. Like
but
he
who
thought about
but
it.
but
Nah.
but who programmed Nebula? And who put that
He
together?
tortured
Who
her.
put that together so fast? He said.
tortured
The Mad
her,
Titan.
bro.
He said that's
tortured her, bro.
impossible for them to have two separate nebulas. This is a nebula from a different timeline. He put. That's how Thanos is so smart. He put 2 and 2 together
We
immediately.
get it.
He
He
said,
is smart, but I
"They're
ain't
not
with it.
trying to prevent something I'm doing. They're trying to go back and fix something I've already done."
Shout out Josh Brolin, man. Great
He
actor.
was a good actor.
I hope they bring him over as Cable
bro.
too.
I love to. Yeah, that's really good. I love to hate Thanos. I get it. I get it. I don't like it, man. He
We used
killed
to
my
go
nigga
back and
Tony,
forth all the
bro.
time. I was like, bruh, you seen Infinity War yet? Thanos. I said Thanos the hero. She was like, no, he's not.
It's his movie though.
Bro,
It's his movie though.
Of
It is
course,
his movie.
of course. I get it, but no. It's
That's
a
it?
hard
No?
no. Yes, no.
All right. We leading it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
So we move on to top 5 MCU heroes, right?
Yep. You want to start? Or?
This is our top 5, by the way. So it's how we
Yeah,
like
this
these
is all
characters.
favorites.
Top 5, no debating.
My number 5. I'm gonna start off with my MCU baby mama, Scarlet Witch. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
I love Scarlet Witch. I love her character. Now, in Age of Ultron, they kind of did her really bad with her little accent thing. I'm happy they dropped it.
Whitewashed
But
her,
then
but okay.
in Civil War, she was the domino effect for everything that got going, even though like she was perceived as the villain. I don't really want to say that, but
okay.
she just folded
Age of
Thanos by
Ultron.
herself. Nobody
Hellfire.
else did
No.
that.
If
Just
we're
do
talking
it.
Endgame, of course, but I'm talking like her Endgame was cool, but everything else from Age of Ultron to Civil War, but I didn't like her. Her character, her intent don't make any sense. I'm just really sick.
I feel like
of
she's
this
coming
whole-
together though, and in
Yeah,
Phase
yeah,
4,
she's gonna be
she's
fine
gonna
in
be.
Phase 4.
That's why.
But I'm sick of everybody just like pinning all their hurt on Tony. Like, bro, it was not him. Leave
You're right.
him alone.
You're right. Y'all gotta
Like,
lay
come
low on
They
Tony.
gotta
That's the
let
goat.
it go.
That's the
He's
goat.
dead now.
Number 4, Thor. Come on now. I feel like Thor early on, in all the Avengers movies, he was kind of but Thor,
Why
they
Thor
really,
so low?
They, huh?
That's facts.
Why Thor so low?
Oh, you'll see in a minute.
Okay, baby.
But Thor, they really started to do a better job of making him more funny, less serious.
How do you feel?
That wasn't the Russo brothers.
How do you feel about? Some people feel like they making like a joke out of Thor, like he not as serious as he was after Infinity War. Endgame, he was big, depressed.
Well,
How you
like
feel
I
about
feel
that?
like that's a
That's
good.
true.
I feel like that's a good stage in character development, though. Like for a lot of people, I saw like post Endgame, it meant a lot to them in that moment when he was like, "I'm still worthy," because people think when they go through negative things, they're like not a good person
Put on some
anymore.
pounds
It's
a
not
little
true.
bit,
And
drink
Thor,
some
like
wine.
he was able to bounce back. I think, in my opinion, I got the most hype when he brought Stormbreaker and
And
Mjolnir
Mjolnir.
together.
That
I
was
was like,
crazy.
and he said, "Let's kill him properly this time."
was
I was
hard,
like,
that was
"Yeah."
That didn't make-
Now
Ooh,
I thought they should have let him regain his figure.
I thought he was gonna get back
What,
in
you
shape
think
too.
the electricity was just gonna burn it off? No, that's not how fat works.
He's,
He
god.
like,
He's a god.
God.
He's a
He's a
god.
It don't matter. That game
I
made-
told you who I thought I was. A god.
Number 3, Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Now, I know Spider-Man
Convince
higher
me.
than Thor. It's a little, but you look how they brought Spider-Man into Civil War. I really loved it. You looked at how
Okay.
they really didn't use the regular old Spider-Man Uncle Ben dying thing. They used Tony as him as a father figure. I like that. He was. I really like his character development. He was so obsessed with being an Avenger. Then he didn't want to be an Avenger for Far From Home after he saw what went through with Tony. I really liked his character development. Number 2, Cap.
Yeah.
Cap. I mean,
No cap.
we know who number 1 is, Iron Man, but I just want to say, like,
Oh
for these two characters, you put 2 and 2 together. Like, one of the biggest things for me in Endgame, which I don't think people realize, was like Iron Man led the people in the air and Cap led the people on the ground, but they were both in front, and it was just real symbolic to me that like there was never no clear cut leader. Like Cap gave the voice, but everybody knows they're nowhere without Tony's tech. There's nowhere without Tony's.
Or his brain,
Right.
his inventions. Like
They don't go
nowhere.
back in time.
You're
They don't.
nowhere. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
like-
He figured that out just by looking at a picture of him and Peter. Come on,
Yeah.
that man is a genius.
So
Oh,
number
my
1,
gosh.
the Godfather MCU, Tony Stark.
Stark.
Rest in peace. But Kevin Feige has already said that Tony's effect in the MCU will be everlasting for a couple more movies. So I'm excited to see what happens, how they use him, you know. And they said that Loki is going to be traveling back in time. So
We gonna see
2012
him,
Loki,
maybe.
we're going to see Tony Stark
Just a
again.
little bit
So
depending on what Robert talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
done with Tony, but
How about
honestly,
how
I
much
hope
money
so.
Marvel
I
talking?
hope not, but
he's probably done with Tony. He said it took out like an emotional strain on him to like literally say those last words.
Yeah, say
and I am
goodbye to
Iron
the
Man.
character.
Yeah, I was hurt. Okay, so my top 5 superheroes. Number 5, Doctor Strange. Honestly, like this man with the mystic arts, the minute he hit one of these and he gang up, boy, that's it. What? He really be on some blood stuff. It's crazy. Nah, for real. I'm talking with the gym, without the gym. Doctor Strange,
New
like,
PACT
when he,
Life.
like, learned how to like master his powers. Cause in Infinity War, when he was fighting Thanos, and it was like 10,000 of him coming, and it was so many.
yeah, it was
It
beautiful.
was so beautiful.
It
I
was.
loved it. Number 4, Captain Marvel. Shout out to my girl, Carol, you know, the first Avenger. Yeah, I say that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, because that's her name. And she's the actual captain in the Army. Well, my bad, Air Force. She go crazy.
Who you shooting shots at?
Steve.
The
Let
fandom.
my man.
Whoa,
rest.
whoa, whoa! Don't come. Don't
Let my man rest. Yo.
Steve Rogers. He's all right. You know, I didn't forgive him until Endgame, honestly. And, like, I didn't want him to die, but I wasn't really rocking with him in Infinity Wars. No, bro, like that. No, that bogus apology to Tony. No, anyway, Captain Marvel, that's my girl. Let's be real. Anybody with cosmic powers automatically on the list. You go crazy. Cosmic power, like no, for real, like to absorb the energy from an Infinity Stone itself. You just straight like everything. I loved it.
Yeah.
Number 3, Valkyrie. I love Tessa Thompson.
Number 3?
Yes, she's high on the list.
Oh, yeah. Are these favorites or?
These are
These are her favorites.
These
okay.
are my favorites.
Oh, the
Facts.
first one's your favorites too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, number 3, Valkyrie, like, she's just a bad woman. Valkyrie really don't care about too much. You know, she chilling. She always somewhere pouring her a drink, but she really fine, you know. Drunk or not, like, she gonna make sure she get her target. And I just love everything it's about. she was, and then what I did like in Thor Ragnarok, that she wasn't necessarily like the comic relief as they would do, like the minority, and a woman, like, she's just both. And so for her to still be a strong lead, even with her alcohol addiction, I felt like it was very beautiful, symbolic. Loved it. Number 2
Deep.
goes to Thor himself, the Mighty Thor. Love him. I liked when he got fat. I liked when he, no, for real, because like Fat Thor, like you said beforehand, like to show that he was still worthy even in, when he was in his head too much, even when he was dealing with his own depression and his own alcoholism. I just really love how they showed it and that it was okay. You can still like be everything that you're supposed to be with your issues. I love that. I thought that was very powerful. It was amazing. Number 1, of course, Iron Man. Anthony Edward Stark. May he rest in peace. That was my favorite character of all time. I saw that. I cried. No, you don't understand. I cried. I was just like, I was just messed up because this is Iron Man. Like you said, like he started MCU. Like, he's a star. Honestly, he finished it too. Let's be real.
Well,
even dead, I'm the hero. I mean, but I'm talking about this phase, what they call the Infinity Saga.
Okay,
you're right.
He started and he also finished it, like they said. Of course, he has a long lasting effect because we're gonna hear them talk about him more. Like he's never going to be dead, if that makes sense. Like he's not
Even
for real.
in death.
Yeah, he's the hero. He's the hero. Like you're always gonna hear him. You're gonna hear his name. People are gonna compare everybody to him. It's gonna be, well, Tony would have, Tony should have did this. Tony thought about this. Like Tony would have wanted this. Like he's not dead via their words. Like they gonna make sure his memory stay alive. And I just love it. Iron Man is the greatest.
That's facts.
A powerful soliloquy. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing favorites. I thought we were doing like in general. So favorites. Number 5, Peter Quill. Go watch the first Guardians of the Galaxy if you don't think so.
Respect.
So far, character far, and in Infinity War when he punched Thanos.
No, bro. Here's the reason why.
Infamous. I can't even look at Chris Pratt. I see Peter Quill every time I see Chris Pratt on what's the show he was on?
Parks
The
and
Office.
Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. Like, right? What Peter Quill doing on there? Number 4, you see the hat. I am Groot. Do I need to say more?
Come on.
Groot, bruh. Comic relief 1. First Guardians of the Galaxy, mature note.
Right,
Second one, Baby Groot. You can't tell me Baby Groot wasn't adorable.
Baby Groot was hard, though, for real.
Hard.
And then in Infinity War,
Teenage Groot.
He was not
And
playing.
without Groot, we wouldn't have a Stormbreaker.
Got ice in my veins.
That's fact.
He did come up clutch.
He did.
Number 3, Ant-Man. Y'all cannot tell me Ant-Man wasn't clutch in the end game because of the pin part.
The rat was
too.
clutch.
No, I'm saying.
The what?
The rat that got him out the van.
Oh yeah, shout out
Shout out to Rat.
What a round of applause. Shout out to Rat. Came back and told him everything about the quantum realm. Shout out, and you can't tell me he wasn't funny neither.
No, he's
Him
funny.
and him and Rocket.
Take the goddamn phone.
It was hard. Number 2, Thor. Funny Thor,
Y'all
serious Thor.
disrespecting Steve Rogers. My, oh my.
Absolutely.
That's America's.
That's America's ass.
But nah, Thor Ragnarok was like, that's in my top 5 Thor movie. My top 5 movies in general. It was funny, great plot, great villain. And Thor in general, a great superhero. And number 1, I don't want to be cliche, but it's it's Iron Man.
I mean,
It's Iron Man.
now, in my opinion, the villain and the hero number 1 spot should be non-debatable. But somebody had to.
Whatever.
But
What were you talking about?
Thanos,
Thanos, the
Iron Man.
disrespect.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
you
Come
know.
on.
But-
You're number 2
Iron-
half. I'm not trying to hear none of that.
Iron
That's
Man
facts.
goated for life. Superhero Hall of Fame. Make one. Let me be the inductor, man. I'm gonna induct him right. You feel me?
Iron Man goes crazy.
Take it away.
All right, where are we next? We are going to our top 5 MCU movies, period.
Movie.
Period.
Our top 5, not
Our
yours.
top 5.
Oh wait, play the drop. Play the drop. Play the drop.
Top 5, no debating.
leave
Top
yours.
5, top 5,
Comments
top
below.
5.
Facts.
I'll
I
definitely
wanna
wanna
hear
see
what y'all
those.
got.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Facts.
My number 5 MCU movie, Far From Home. The movie was just excellent between Mysterio scenes, his backstory, the scrolls at the end. I'm really excited to see what they do with that.
I ain't really like that. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
But you had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't, but it was like, whoa. I was like, wait, why?
But that's what I'm saying though.
Wait, why?
From when you,
Because that's why maybe he didn't know where everybody was. And he called Spider-Man.
but
Nope.
when you think about it, like he was acting just like Fury.
He was.
Now it was kind of confusing because like Fury has never been this blindsided about something.
That's
So
what
I felt
I'm
like
saying.
something was up,
I didn't like that.
but it's accurate.
No, I didn't like
So
that.
it keeps
Nick
like
Fury,
when Fury
the
comes
best
back,
spy in
you'll
the
know it's
world.
Fury for real because he's not gonna be fooled by that.
Hmm.
Number 4, the first Avengers movie. This put everything in.
2012?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This puts everything together. This is the movie that brought all the heroes together for the first time. Loki is probably my second favorite MCU character, but as far as just giving him that screen time, we saw a character development from Tony from like that next level to who you became to know him as.
Right. Yeah, because when they like the Stark fell and the A
Right.
remained, yeah,
Right.
whatever.
Then
That's cute.
one of my favorite callbacks in the Avengers movies was like that just came out in Endgame where he was like, Cap was like, "You're the guy to make this. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play."
Yeah.
Right.
Tony snaps his fingers, and then he
Yeah.
says, "Then Tony
ain't
says
nothing but-
everything worthy,
That you
everything
came
about
from
you
a
came
bottle."
out of a bottle," and then Cap's worthy enough to hold
Yeah,
Mjolnir.
that was crazy.
Now somebody said a theory that, like, well, Kevin Feige said that Cap could have been lifting Mjolnir, but somebody
was
said that
with-
he couldn't lift it
'Cause of Bucky.
because he didn't tell Tony about Bucky.
That's facts. No, you're not worthy
Ooh,
anymore.
that's
'cause
deep.
We're friends. We're friends.
That's deep.
And then you gonna sit up here and just like not tell me that you're best. And because that's the thing. Like I said before, Tony would have understood. You
Yeah.
know, but you gotta give him a minute. First of all, he just sat up here and watched the video of his mother dying. Like, we don't really care about Howard like that. He cool, okay, whatever. But his mother, Maria, you know, the one who actually showed him
Yeah,
love.
she
He
was-
just
she
saw
was
her. He just saw her die. So of course you gotta give him a second to take it all in.
Yeah.
But let's be real. At the end of the day, if Captain America would have told him before going in there, Tony would have definitely like had 100 therapists lined up.
Yeah,
Cause he knows what it like.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what it's like to be
Yeah.
controlled and all. I said I don't want to hear it.
he would have came through.
I don't
He would
wanna
have
hear
came
it.
through.
That's why I really just whatever, Steve. Whatever, Steve.
Number 3, Infinity War. Infinity War was a beautiful movie. The action scene in Wakanda goes crazy. Thor's arrival goes crazy. I think it's debatable, but it's probably one of the funniest MCU movies, like genuinely funny. Like sometimes I feel like an MCU
What
movies-
movie?
Infinity War.
Funny?
Where's Gamora?
Okay.
Why is Gamora?
Why is
I
Gamora?
do you one better.
Like,
Gamora.
what? Strange said, let me ask you this: what master do you serve? He said, "What am I supposed to say, Jesus?" But
That
nah,
was
like,
You're right.
That was funny.
as funny. Like sometimes I feel like MCU movies have forced humor, but like it really made you laugh in a movie that you felt like was gonna be dark, and then it got dark at the end. But you look back and you was like, "Damn, it was really funny. It put everything together." So, and then the
Even though
villain
Thanos
won.
tossed his daughter clean off.
Yeah, it's an
cliff.
emotional roller coaster. So, I definitely got Infinity War top 3. Number 2 for me, Endgame. I loved Endgame.
Number 2.
Number 2
Why is it number 2?
because
Why is it not number 1?
well-
it ended the series perfectly.
well, I just want to say Endgame is a great movie. Number 1, shout out to the MCU number 1 villain movie of all time.
Shout out to
Round
MCU.
of
Shout out
applause.
Disney. Y'all getting money.
We only going up from here, but yeah, sets everything up for the future. I like how in the final fights, like for the guys who are gonna be there next time, they got a little screen time, but they weren't the focus of it. Like Captain Marvel came late. I like
Black
that.
Panther.
First of all, that whole like the woman scene when
That was
everybody came and
hard.
protected
That
Peter,
was
they was like,
hard.
"Oh, my son, you
But-
stay here. We got
But
it."
you know what was
I loved
Fado?
it.
Like to me, how the Wasp walked up and she was like, "All right, Villa, do
It
it."
was like, right.
Yeah,
She
she was
said,
going
"Baby,
in.
what's going on?" It's
Then,
alright.
uh,
Oh, she fine.
but number 1, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Number 1,
That's right.
best.
Why does everybody like this movie? Explain it to us.
Like
It was just
we all know, like
Put
the
together
cosmic
so
entities and
well.
everything like that. You really like, you know what's gonna happen. But like as far as hand-to-hand combat, this movie was
That was
untouched.
crazy.
Like as far as character development, because like in the first Avenger, I mean it was a good movie, but Cap, you weren't like, oh my god, like if Cap would have died there, you'd have been like,
It was
damn,
an
we
origin
lost
story.
Cap.
Okay, whatever.
But yeah, but like the Winter Soldier really got you invested into Cap and made you feel
Who
like
he was, yeah.
he's
and Bucky, because when that came off, he was like Bucky, and he was like, "Who the hell is Bucky?" Everybody was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
this is crazy. What's
Yeah,
going
and then
on?"
you had the
He don't know
introduction-
Bucky. Oh.
introduction of Falcon.
Facts. Sam Wilson really the GOAT. I love him.
The fake death of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And then
That
I
car
like
scene
how
was fun.
Because that made you see that Natasha actually had emotions.
Right.
Right. She was going through it.
right, and then how her and Natasha grow close in the movie. Like
Steve
that's
and,
what
yeah.
sucks for him because like every time Cap has gone through something, he's had Nat. Like when him and Tony broke up, Nat was still with him though. When Peggy died, Nat was with him.
Yeah.
And now like
She's dead.
she's dead.
Yeah.
And
Where's
Tony's
she
dead.
at?
She is dead.
So
She's dead.
he's very dead.
I called that one though. I knew she was
And I-
Cynthia.
because she was the type to make the sacrifice.
And she,
play.
I like the Doctor Strange reference in the movie too. When it was on top of the building before he threw him off. I forgot bro name. Bald headed dude when he was like Hell Hydra 2 on the elevator in Endgame.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot bro name, but he
Yeah.
was like Steven. We keep a list of everybody. Steven Strange.
Yeah, who could be potential threats?
Yeah, that was hard.
Bruh, how Bucky killed that man, pulled him out the car, just threw him. Like Bucky, like let's get it straight. Bucky Barnes and the Winter Soldier are two different people. If the Winter
No,
Soldier had
it's
showed
right.
up in Endgame, in Infinity War, and Civil War, there would be no debate.
But Bucky was there,
he's
so
that
he was
hard.
really just trying to chill.
Right.
But the Winter Soldier, that's Stone Cold Killer.
I think for me Loki is my favorite show that's gonna be coming out
But
because Thor
Falcon
is
and
gonna
Winter
connect
Soldier.
with Thor 4 because you can't have a Thor movie without Loki. But with Helmut Zemo, the new Captain America, and a possible Winter Soldier, and they still gonna have Sharon Carter in there, Peggy's niece. That
Yeah.
junk about to go.
I don't
hard.
like how they made her and Steve kiss. Winter Soldier really wasn't it for me. I just can't. Like, it just had a lot of things that I wasn't rocking with, but that's besides the
No,
point.
that was Civil War where they kissed though.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You got
Oh,
it.
you didn't like Civil War?
No.
Really?
No, it was good. Yes, most definitely. Like,
That's not one of yours.
no.
Okay.
Emotionally, I was not rocking with it at all.
Okay. What is your top 5? Let's listen.
My top 5, number 5, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange really went hard. I'm telling you, like, when he finally, like, mastered it and the Ancient One, like, you know, allowed him to be who he's supposed to be, you know, because, of course, she died, whatever.
Right.
But when he, like, went crazy, because my favorite part is when they use their powers to make them whips. That is so fun. No, you don't understand. Like, cosmic powers are so beautiful on the screen, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I just loved it.
That's the crazy thing though. Like, you think about back to Strange struggling to open one
That's what
portal.
I'm saying,
and
like,
then he
his hands
opens
just like,
100 on the
For
battlefield.
everybody, like,
Yeah.
cause like the Ancient
Shout
One
out
said, like, facts,
Shout out
cause
Wong.
in Infinity War he got the hell
That boy
on.
said,
He was like, this ain't
somebody
shit.
gotta guard the sun.
I gotta
They were like, hey, he was like, what y'all finna do? All right, y'all be safe. I'm gonna stay at the crib.
I gotta go. That's cool though. Y'all do it, whatever y'all got going on over there.
Nah, but
But
he
I-
put up 100 deep
like
on the
that.
battlefield though.
Facts.
Is that everyone?
As they should
You wanted
have.
more?
As they should have. I was rocking.
I feel like that was Disney talking to us or the MCU like,
You want
can we
more?
get the Netflix? Can we get the Netflix defenders? And they're like,
Third
y'all want
eyes
more?
woken.
Y'all
Like,
want
you
more?
see what I'm
But no,
saying?
the
I
next
see.
Avengers already coming because you know in Phase 4 they got Hawkeye,
Yeah.
Kate Bishop.
Where was this?
Anyway,
that was- they announced that.
I'm not finished.
Oh, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
My number 4 is Iron Man 2. I just really liked how, because Iron Man 1 was good, you know, we see like his downfall, whatever. Iron Man 2 really set the tone for who Rhodey really was to him, how important Pepper is, you know, and Happy. Like, you see, you know, Tony, like, be a little bit more human, you know what I mean? And still, like, take on Iron Man, like, you know, seriously, you see him, like, really care about the people and step foot out of that Stark Industries,
Yeah.
you know? And also, honestly, he kind of, like, that's when he really, like, merged, like, I am, you know, Iron Man, but I'm also still Tony Stark. I enjoyed it. And it was funny because when Whiplash was coming at them when they was racing and Happy and Pepper pulled up and they screaming at each other and he's like, give me the suit. And then that's when
When he put it
yeah.
on, that was
Give me the
Yeah,
suit.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was like, give me the suit. And I was really rocking with that because you see, like, I just like how they also show, like, the evolution of the Iron Man
Yeah.
suits anyway. Like,
Let me
he
ask
went
you,
from, like, a
is that-
suitcase
is
type
that
box
scene
to
top-
that nanotech. Oh, crazy.
What's your favorite Iron Man suit up scene?
The nanotech. When he said,
And the
one of that,
glasses-
and then he had to take them glasses
faded away.
off, and he was like, and then
But
it
you know,
just,
I
and
ain't
then he
gonna
just,
lie.
oh, it was crazy.
Iron Man 2 one was hard too.
No,
I ain't gonna
facts.
lie.
What these?
In Civil War, when he's like, he finds out about Zemo and he's looking, he's like, damn. You know, he always rubs his wrist,
Yeah.
puts his hand in the thing, goes back, flies out.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Nah, I
that
get
was
that.
hard.
But that nanotech hit different because it just melted.
He
on
did
his
have it.
skin.
He did have
so
it
when
absorb
he
the
moved
glasses.
It was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh! And then he was ready. Like the shield came up. It was crazy. You had
Yeah, that
nanotech was
fire.
different. Number 3, I would say it is Ant-Man and Wasp. I appreciated that movie. Relax.
These are your favorites, right?
Yeah. These are my favorites.
Okay.
I would say Ant-Man and Wasp only because like Wasp, for her to be, you know, like the first like woman to like, you know, to have her name in the title. You
Yeah.
know, before Captain Marvel, like she was the first woman. And let's be real, Wasp, like, she didn't come to play at all.
She carried the
like,
movie.
Like, no,
For me,
real.
I
No,
was-
for real. Like, cause Scott Lang, you know, he was cute. Okay, whatever. You know, comic relief, whatever.
No,
it
but
really
she was
should have
on
been
that
Wasp
action.
and
Like
Ant-Man.
the
That's
movie
what I'm
with
saying.
the sequence with the knife, she was going in.
ready to fight. Like, and then the fact that Hank Pym had gave her wings, I appreciate that so much. Cause even Ant-Man was like, she got wings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not getting these. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Cause like she a soldier, straight like that. Like she on go. Like
she was on go the whole movie.
The whole movie, like she's like, bruh, I get it. You stupid right
Then
now.
she was
You
ready to
almost
go
got
in
us.
the quantum
That's
realm
what I'm.
for her mama.
It was crazy.
But her daddy was like, nah.
It was, and I
that me.
appreciated how mom came out with a little bit of healing powers from the quantum realm. Honestly, I want them to like talk more about that because you
Yeah.
know he was in the quantum realm for a very long time.
They don't
Even
have
though
Ant-Man movie on.
they gonna have
that.
to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I'll
Because
get to that in a minute.
he was in the quantum world for a very long time, like, and you know, time moves differently there. So, like,
Yeah.
what could his body has possibly absorbed from the quantum realm? Like, it just no. We can go so many ways with Ant-Man and Wasp, but Wasp was really like she was a killer, and I was rocking with her. My second is Black Panther. Visually, it was amazing. Listen, we get it. T'Challa is not the best warrior outside, like, well, no, he's not the best warrior inside Wakanda. Outside of Wakanda, he really went crazy. But I appreciated everything Black Panther was about. Y'all know me. I rep for my black folks first and foremost. Like, listen, that's just facts. Like,
I've been
Black
told
Panther,
if you don't like Black Panther, then what have I been called?
They called him a coon. Take your black card away.
no, that's not it.
I'm
That's
saying,
not
like,
it. That's not it.
It's just. I mean, it's a good.
Yeah,
it's a,
most definitely.
It's a
That's what I'm
great
saying,
movie,
like,
but it's a good superhero movie in my eyes.
facts. I feel that. You don't have
Explain.
Because
Bro.
he's like,
to.
he's not in a great superhero movie. You remember the superhero's actions, how he grows throughout the movies. T'Challa, from the beginning to the end of the movie, the only thing that he found out was that his dad
Was a
didn't
liar.
bring the boy home.
He found out that his dad was a liar. So basically with that, it was more of like him having to take on this mantle and undo all the wrong things his father has done in his legacy of being king. Cause let's talk about it. M'Baku and all the Jabari tribe, they was not rocking with nobody from the Golden Tribe in Wakanda. So T'Challa had to sit out here and, you know, like reach out and talk to these people and let them know I am not my father. We want to do better. Because that's why at the end you see M'Baku actually being at that table because he wasn't in the beginning. His best friend, I didn't like
Dude
him.
from Get Out.
Yes.
Did they kill him?
No.
They said they killed him.
No, he was still there. It
No,
was
but
just
you
like,
remember when
a
they were
traitor.
walking up to Bucky? When they were walking up to Bucky in Infinity War?
But why would
and
they
they were
kill
like-
Okoye's husband?
and
Like,
Okoye
that's
was
still the
like-
general.
He was like in the Jabari tribe, and she was like, those that are left. So either they exiled him or they killed him. Or
No,
they
the Jabari tribe. That's M'Baku.
I mean, not the Jabari tribe, but the border tribe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, honestly, who knows? She didn't. Okoye didn't look
For
no type of way.
Wakanda?
Yeah, no,
Without
she didn't look
hesitation.
no type of way about it, and that's another thing too. That was my girl. She snatched that wig off. She fought with it. That spear. You can't tell me she
Yeah.
like her elegance and grace in battle.
I felt like they were
Was
gonna like
amazing.
for them to leave her alive at the end of Infinity
They
War, that they
should.
were gonna do more with her in Endgame.
Yeah.
I did think that, but we only saw her at the
I'm
beginning.
not
and
gonna
then,
hold you. I honestly believe the only reason why they did that is because it's like a fan service type thing. Everybody loved her. They loved her more than they did T'Challa.
And sure.
Not sure.
Shuri was different.
Nah,
That's-
people started hating on Shuri because Kevin Feige was like, she's the smartest person in the MCU,
But
and
that's
everybody was like,
facts. But that's
whoa,
facts, 'cause
she's not smarter than Tony.
But she is.
She's not.
That's cap because the smartest person
She
in
could
Marvel
not
period
stop.
was that little black girl, and she 9 years old, bro. The girl with the dinosaur. You know who I'm talking about. They already done said that. I ain't trying to hear none you
She
talking
could
about.
not
Anyway,
fix
my
Vision.
top movie.
Hold on. She could not get Vision right before Corvus Glaive bust in there. But this man Tony figures out time travel. Do you know how difficult it is to figure out
Yeah,
time
because
travel?
they didn't ask her about it.
She was dead.
Yeah, they snapped her away. And she did figure out vision. She just didn't have enough time. You can't compare the fact that they racing against time to her genius. That's not how it works. She's intelligent. She's the only one that figured it out. Bruce couldn't do it.
She did try, Bruce.
She did. Like,
I'm sure you tried your best.
you know what I'm saying? That's facts. Come
Okay.
on now. We like that. We like that. She was strong and she was confident. She let them know, yes, I am smart. Thank you so much. But you, like, honestly, think about that too in Black Panther. Like, you get it, like, she's like the princess, the younger sister. She had to prove herself a lot. For her to be the smartest, period, and come in at Bruce like the way she did, that's facts.
My boy got 9 PhDs. Who she thinks she is?
Okay, Anyway, my number one is Infinity War. I loved it. It was beautiful. It hurt my feelings. The ending was crazy. Thanos is wild. He out here throwing his own children everywhere or whatever. Like, that don't even make any sense. You know, he don't care. He hurt Nebula. He's crazy. Doctor Strange, the scenes, like, honestly, but for real, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Even though I don't like Thanos, when he collected all the gems and that surge of power, it was beautiful because it was like, yo, they really finna die. That was my thought. Like, I was just thinking everybody's finna die. That's it. This finna be good. You know. And that was also good too when Thor, like, when he like made Stormbreaker, just to see that happen, you know, like, that's how you know, like, they can't do anything but delve more into Thor because this man is like eons years of, you know, like, he's just so ancient, so
That's what
old.
I really think about a lot. Like,
so powerful.
Loki and Thor's lives were really good before the MCU
That's what I'm
started.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, they have so much knowledge and just like they can have Thor movies forever.
They could. I think
Honestly,
Thor and Spider-Man
That's
movies
what I'm
could be
saying,
endless.
because he's like, isn't this Norwegian? Like, this is a myth, you know? Like, Thor itself. You know, Freya, all of them, like, they could just pull from everywhere. Like, for real. It's crazy. Honorable mention, the Winter Soldier. We all know that's important. Like, we get it. You know, like, that's just facts. That's just facts.
Boy, caught the knife.
Facts. That's just facts. The Winter Soldier was just amazing.
All right. We back again, your boy Bruiser. All right, we're gonna start with my honorable. Mention. Spider-Man: Far From Home. Let's say what they said. The best Spider-Man movie in terms of people going out and see it. Almost going. It's gonna hit a Billy. They saying. So great villain, great Spider-Man. Couldn't have his spider senses. I'm tripping.
Peter Tingle.
Yeah. So that's my honorable mention. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Show that humor can lead a movie with Quill, Drax, Groot, Rocket, and Gamora.
So shout out Zoe Saldana in every in Avatar,
Right. All
Endgame,
for
Infinity
real.
War.
She made literally 2 of the highest grossing films.
Crazy.
And then Infinity War, she in there too. So
And they introduced the Power Stone.
did,
with Ray Ronan.
did.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
great
and
movie.
3, technically.
And
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
and great opening scene with "Come and Get Your Love," and he was like,
at the ending, because Ain't No Mountain High. That song is amazing.
And it
Oh, I
was the
remember that.
first time we saw Thanos in a movie.
True.
Like, not a
Yeah,
post-credit
like, for
scene.
real.
"Only thing I'll take seriously is you, boy."
So disrespectful. He calls him, ooh, Thanos is wild.
Number 4, Winter Soldier. You know, best hand-to-hand scene, great development, multiple villains: Hydra, Armin Zola, Winter Soldier.
That was so hard.
Yep, Alexander Pierce, great. Number 3, Civil War. You know, I have Zemo as my number 2 villain. I like movies with long-lasting impact, so Civil War definitely had that. Team Iron Man versus Team Cap, a concept I haven't seen in a movie before. I'm only 18. Do what you will. Number 2, Infinity War / Endgame. I consider both of them one movie. Just like
Was a two-parter that
was
they broke
2
up.
yeah.
The snap was supposed to be in the beginning of Endgame. That's what the writer said.
But I think
like
if they
that.
would have,
I
if they
wouldn't like that at all.
it wouldn't have like as much like social impact.
Yeah.
You
It
wouldn't have,
wouldn't-
but like,
I think
it's
they should have made it snap, but like they don't show who died. That's what I think that's what it did.
If they would've did
that
it
would have been
that
hard
way,
too.
yeah.
But then that's what's the hardest for them, cause like for myself, like leading up to the months after Infinity War, I'm like, what's gonna be the trailers? What's gonna be the trailers?
Yeah, yeah.
And then a lot of that they had to. It was like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was also like they were showing past scenes from Marvel in different colors.
Yeah.
So if they would have done that, then they couldn't have shown anything.
how do y'all feel about? Cause you talked about this. I talked about you a little about how Infinity War had a more of an impact than Endgame did. How people people kept talking about Infinity War rather than talking about Endgame. How do y'all feel about that?
Honestly, I think it was more like it's all about the anticipation. That's really where like the impact of Infinity War came from. Because like you said, he snapped in like the very end, and you see everybody. So now you're like, what's gonna happen? Why did this happen?
Yeah,
Like, of course. But Endgame, I feel like the reason why I didn't have much of a like social impact because everyone knew it was ending. So it's like, of course we're gonna go see it. We're gonna go see the end. But I'm not as hyped because
I know what's gonna happen.
yeah, like I called from the jump. Black Widow was dead. I knew that. I knew that for a fact. I knew.
I didn't think that because she was getting her movie. I definitely.
No, and it wasn't because of the movie. It was just like you knew.
I said Tony and Cap. I said Tony and Cap are gone. Now,
Steve's getting old. Ugh.
I didn't know. I didn't think they would leave Thor alive.
Really? A
For,
god?
Huh?
A god?
I thought his arc was over. There's like you said, I have no path, but now we know we're getting a Thor 4. There's gonna be a female Thor, the Mighty Thor. So I'm excited, but like
she's Dr. Thor.
We still gonna see what happened with Hulk. I mean, for me, like you said, like for me, I think Endgame. Like I'm more excited to see where these storylines go for the people that we don't know, like Hulk, like Vision, how he's gonna be brought back.
Why'd you say Hulk?
Because like for Hulk, like you're about to bring Wolverine in here soon enough. Like we have to get a Hulk versus pissed off Wolverine fight. Like that goes so hard. We need that. We need like Planet Hulk. We need Red Hulk.
I need Scar.
We
need
Scar
like right now.
Because they keep showing us General Ross.
That's what I'm saying. So like when Planet Hulk hit and like we meet his future baby mama, Shawty with the gray skin. Like I'm ready to meet her.
Right.
Because when she's here, then Scar is coming along, and Scar with that sword, a beast. It don't matter. And then,
that's what honestly, I'm saying. Like,
but because I want to see like Agents of Smash. Like I want to see She-Hulk. I want to see Abomination. I want to see everybody.
They said Abomination is gonna be in.
I want to see everybody.
Because these are the first like shows that they're releasing for Disney Plus, but there's gonna be like series where they bring up different shows. So like they're saying General Ross is gonna get one, and like for me, I think it's a smart thing to do because like as much as I love Hulk in the comics and everything like that, like I'm gonna go see every MCU movie the first night because I love MCU movies. But like Mark Ruffalo, you can't carry him. You can't really carry a movie by himself.
Honestly, I think the way MCU like what they really should also focus on. Because the only way to like even with books and movies, the good way to have people like go up to the bait is have a good villain. Like like Thanos. Like I don't like him, but he's an amazing villain. Like off the rip, like not even just personally, just period. Because like you see like who he is, why he did what he did. Why they call him the Mad Titan. Like so, as far as the Hulk, we need to figure out like why General Ross hate him so much. Like what's his background story? That's the only way to because if you have people sympathize with the person before they become the villain, it's raps.
Facts.
That's it.
Two of the best. That's why I brought him in here. You already know. And my last movie, number 1, Thor Ragnarok.
Number 1, entire MCU, your favorite?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like this.
I
I feel as if this is the type of movie where you can take someone out and you're like, let's say I go with a girl, you go with a man, and be like, a superhero movie. I feel like this is one, like, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, this is one of the movies that it feels like just a movie. Like, it's got humor in it, action, comedy, romance. I just feel like this movie as a whole, all around, it stands out for what it was.
And technically, you don't really have to, like, know each character as much as we do. You can watch and be like, okay, that's Thor. He got his hair cut off. Loki. I didn't know he died before, but okay, he's back. You know what I mean? Like, it was fresh. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was hard.
It was really
I love the Doctor Strange scene with Loki. I was falling for 10 hours. That was fun.
Okay, Wizard, you think that's funny? He said, all right, bye.
So, yeah, I think Ragnarok is, like, great humor. How he started off, he said, Thor, son of Odin, Sutar, son of a So, yeah, I think as an all-around movie, stand-up movie, I think Ragnarok is my personal favorite.
I cannot rest until Ragnarok has been fulfilled. All right, where are we at next?
Where are we?
Best MCU movie.
Oh, we just giving one, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just said our best.
Well, like
Technically.
that was our favorite.
So, like, what's the best?
Yeah, like facts. Like as far as
just one, right? Just one.
Just one.
Baby.
Just one.
I gotta go with Infinity War.
Just Infinity War.
Yeah, I was saying Endgame, but as far as like what we just discussed, why I have Infinity War number one, you had no idea Thanos was going to win.
That's true.
Like, you knew he was probably gonna get the stones, and in the comics he did the snap and everything like this, but you knew Adam Warlock wasn't there. You knew
Right.
Nebula wasn't. You know,
Nobody was
Iron Man
there.
wasn't this big in the comics, so Nebula getting the gauntlet is something that you weren't expecting. Like, you don't know what was gonna happen, so that transitioning to Endgame made Endgame a bigger movie. So I got Infinity War number one.
Win. Yeah, same. Nah, for real. Like out of all like the MCU movies, Infinity War had to be the best. Cause like you said, the fact that the villain actually, you didn't think he was going to win that long, neither. Like it was 5 years since it passed. Like what? Like nobody came up with any type of strategy. Nobody really like, cause you saw Captain America there for real like. In that
Therapy session.
Yes, just
with a Russo brother.
talking. Like with a gay one at that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. You're not really gay, but go off.
Yeah, they had him play that character.
I didn't
but
like
I think
that
that
fake
was really
representation.
fine.
The Russo brothers?
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't like that.
And then you know the
no.
scene at the dinner table with Hulk?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his nephews. His nephews and his niece.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Had family in there.
Yeah.
Whatever. We know they made it. We know y'all.
Oh,
But no, I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished because Infinity War, honestly, like I said, you didn't think they were gonna win that long. But it was also like for Tony Stark to like admit defeat, that hurt. You know?
Yeah, you saw the pain in his eyes.
That's what I'm saying. You know that hurt.
Yeah,
like,
he looked
like,
at his hand like he was gonna get dusted away, and it didn't
yeah,
happen.
and because he was ready for it. Like
And that
it
was
rather
his-
him
that was
than
his dream.
Peter. Right. That was his literally his worst nightmare.
Yeah,
came to life.
everybody dies and I stay alive.
Everybody dies, and then like because I also, but honestly, Endgame was because like you said, it's really just one big movie. They just split it. But I like how in Endgame when they Captain Marvel had saved Tony and Nebula, and Tony just went slap off on Captain America.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
didn't even hold back.
I needed that, honestly. He needed it, but I needed that too. I needed him to just go off. He
And
was
I
like,
needed
we
you.
lost and you wasn't there. Like, what? We weren't together. This wasn't no team. Because let's be real, in every Avengers, he's always be like, if we lose, we'll do that together. We win, we
Yeah.
do this together.
Nah,
Together,
I ain't gonna
together.
lie. When
And
he
where were
ripped the
you?
thing off his chest, I
And he
felt
gave it to him, and then
I
he
felt
fell
it.
up. Oh, that was so,
That's
that was
perfect,
so
Tony.
good.
That's
what I'm
perfect,
saying.
Tony Stark though, to be like, no, I'm good, and then falls over.
And then falls over.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, but no, Infinity Wars, as far as like just movie wise, period, it was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Visually, it was so appealing. It made zero sense.
Yeah, it was hard.
That's good.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I do agree that Infinity War was a great movie.
All right.
But like, what are other movies that can compete with that? I think Civil War is one of them.
I don't think Civil War was as. I mean, it was beautiful.
I
but
think it
like,
took. I think because you know how Infinity War had a great villain. I feel like what's a great villain other than like your teammate, your friend.
But-
Like that's a great
but
concept
one-
to me.
But one of the things that makes not only Infinity War but superhero movies fire is like the final standoff between you and the villain. So Endgame did a beautiful job of it, of having the big three go against Thanos.
Okay.
Like, but I feel like that's the only negative I have about Civil War is you don't get to see the villain fight them.
But Zemo, you know, but
I know, but that's what he did beautifully,
Yeah.
and that's what he does different. Now, it remains to be seen if he'll fight them as Helmet Zemo with the mask and everything like that. But as far as like Thanos, like psychologically,
He's not fighting him.
psychologically beating them, and then like physically beating them, putting Cap in the ground, breaking his shield, like knocking Tony out cold.
For like 2 seconds, though.
Yeah, boss, get up.
what else? What other movies? Is Civil War the only movie that can compete with Infinity War
I mean, like I
and
said,
/ Endgame?
I mean, I feel like Winter Soldier is up there as far as combat scenes go. I
But
won't say the character.
Honestly, the first Avengers.
I
'Cause
just
it
feel
was
like
good. It was like it's so
It was good.
nostalgic, you know. Like it's like you finally see everybody team up because we haven't talked about Hawkeye at all. Like who he was, you know, like as far as like Hawkeye and then he became Ronin. We don't even like nobody's talked about him. But even in Avengers, you know, like his part was small, but it was still important. You know, like Honestly, I think they did his character kind of dirty.
Wait till they introduce what's his face. The Shang-Chi, that's the word name.
Oh, fact. This is gonna go crazy. Whatever.
Even
anyway.
in like
Shut up.
they're bringing in Blade. Like there's so many ways that they can
Mahershala
introduce.
Ali as Blade.
There's so many
finna
ways
go
that they can
slap
use him because like in the comics,
crazy.
Blade takes over the mantle of Ronan the Accuser. Like not the Accuser, but Ronan,
Yeah.
Hawkeye Ronan.
Yeah.
So
as he should. Come on now, it's gonna go slap. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
but
I'm not there.
to answer
Are we
your
there
question, I think no, we still got a list. But I still think Avengers.
got the worst with MCU.
You know, it was good. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was
I just
cute.
feel
It's
like
nostalgic.
all
You
the
see
Avengers
everybody.
movie.
That's when you see the big three come together. You're like, it's cute.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You straight. I was still gonna continue.
I just feel like all the Avengers movies, they're like blockbuster movies.
They all made a Billy.
That is true. Like they're blockbusters. So like individually, what movie y'all think? Like what y'all think? Individually, what's the best movie?
Like origin story.
So,
Yeah, so
like
Iron Man,
you're saying
Captain America,
Oh,
First
like the
Avenger,
trilogies?
Black Panther. No, just like
So you're saying what movie besides the Avengers?
yeah, yes,
the
yes,
best
yes,
movie.
yes.
Winter
Then
Sol-
don't say Winter Soldier.
Don't say Winter Soldier.
We can't because we just already said that was the best. Period. Outside, like it's right underneath Infinity War. You can't use that.
Then I would have to say
It don't count.
you can't say Civil War neither because that's technically an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I'm saying like best origin story movie, like Journey.
oh, best origin story movie.
Yeah.
People gonna be mad at me on this one, but I gotta go with Captain Marvel.
Really?
I
I
gotta
like
go
that.
with Captain Marvel.
I like that.
Why?
You
I
get the
like
backstory of Nick Fury,
Okay.
Agent Coulson, who
How
I
Nick
love.
also lost his eye.
Yes, I love
I'm
Agent
over here
Coulson.
thinking it was some crazy.
The scrolls now they didn't do the justice to them like they should in the comics.
I mean, but I was working with the fact how they kind of just like they're not evil. They're
Right.
cool. You know, because honestly, but that kind of sets it up for the scrolls to at least have like their own show, their own movie.
I mean, there's
'Cause,
gonna
you
be
know,
bad scrolls.
Of
That's
course,
what
that's what I'm saying. So like for them to like make that happen, you know,
Yeah.
like it just paved the way. Like we could also do something with them if we wanted to.
Yeah, I think, but
I
I
like
think I think she has the best origin story.
I think-
but I think shout out to Marvel on this. They did Doctor Strange's origin story a little different, which made me more interested in.
It was
Like
different.
to be 100%, the guy was a dick.
Facts, facts.
Like,
Facts. But honestly, let's be real. He had all reason to be. How many PhDs he had? He's a surgeon. Top
he
surgeon.
crashed his car
Come
being on the phone. Don't drive
I mean,
and talk.
and text.
Drive and text. Yeah.
Same thing. Be safe out there, kids.
Facts, of course. But let's be real. Like because he got money, he got degrees, he's a top surgeon. Of course, you wouldn't let that. Like you wouldn't let that get to your head just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I do like how they stripped him away of that because like his hands was everything. That's his
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't do nothing anymore. That was
I
crazy.
don't have
was like,
nothing.
that was crazy.
They said they couldn't have done any better. He said I could have done better.
I think an underrated movie is Ant-Man, the first one.
The first Ant-Man was hard.
Yeah, I think that's underrated.
With
People don't talk about that.
With
Yeah.
T.I., he's like, get in the truck. I'm getting in the
And
truck.
I forgot
That
bro
was so
name.
funny.
Who did the rapid fire stories?
Uh,
So my cousin. He's like,
Right?
What's his name?
I gotta know this.
Luis.
Luis. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted like his real actor name.
But you know, Kevin Feige confirmed there's a 10-minute video of him breaking down the
Just
whole
yes,
MCU.
I saw that, and I want them
we
to.
need.
Like,
We
just
hey
go ahead and release that.
hey. We need that. We need that.
Feige,
Facts.
you gotta drop that.
Shout out to him. Hold on. Round of applause there.
Yeah, Feige keep.
All right. What we on?
We're on worst movies.
Worst movie?
Yes, worst MCU movie.
Worst MCU movie is the first Thor.
Really?
It is
People
the
like
worst.
that.
Wait a minute. When he was like another. I need a horse.
That is
Like,
funny.
come on.
That is the only time I laughed in the movie.
You're not supposed to laugh. This is origin story.
I know, but like the MCU does a good
supposed to
job of
take
humor.
it.
That was the worst MCU movie.
No, I disagree.
Like
Just based off
as,
humor.
as far as villain, he fought Loki, but like Loki's his brother. The Destroyer, that was not intriguing to me.
I'm not, but honestly, it's as far as like an origin story though. Like that's just show you who
Then
they
for me,
are.
like,
The Asgardians, who they are.
Understanding how
Because
the
when he
MCU
explained
works,
the 9 realms to
or
Jane,
Marvel Comics, right? Understanding how the comics work and how OP Odin is, and for them to just have this
facts,
man
they
go
didn't
under
really
a
talk
slumber,
about Odin.
I'm not going
Okay,
for
but
that.
the Odin sleep, like we understand, like he goes in there every 1,000 years, whatever. You know, he come back powerful. Because if he don't go to sleep, he gonna die.
But I just feel like, as far as that, like seeing Thor lose his powers, it was interesting. But like
Facts. He needed
Dr.
to be humbled.
Selvig, And I just
But
feel
they
like
tied him into Avengers.
Yeah, you could have just surrounded him with a better cast. Not a better cast. Shout out to Natalie Portman and the whole
Facts.
Thor. I'm not
They
talking
also-
about y'all.
they
I'm just
also
saying as
had
far as like
Hawkeye.
the development. Yeah, the introduction of Hawkeye.
But this was early MCU
Who he,
movie.
Yeah.
like early, like one of
But
the.
I feel like it's the worst. And
Look at
it
this
was
one
just
first.
like
Okay,
you knew what was gonna happen. He was gonna regain his powers and kick everybody's ass. Too
Facts.
predictable.
It was cute.
It was. I
was
can
cute.
get that. It was a cute MCU movie.
The worst.
I feel like the first Thor
Bro.
is probably the most emotionally
Bro.
invested. like,
Anyway,
romance movie.
okay. Anyway,
On the stage.
the worst movie, MCU movie for me, has to be the first Hulk. I ain't even gonna hold you. I did not like it.
You don't like the action scenes?
What's his name? Norton. No.
Ed Norton.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that. What's Betty? Didn't really care for that.
Betsy
General Ross. Didn't really care for. I didn't. Abomination. He was hard.
He was hard.
He was hard.
The final fight was hard.
Most definitely, but it wasn't. It wasn't like worthy for me to watch it again. I'll watch it once to be like, okay, that's it. Like, like honestly, as far
can
as
feel
like,
that.
as far as like his Nah. For an origin story, no, because I'm saying like for an origin story, it's like okay, you got Bruce Banner, he's working here. You don't really know like how intelligent he is, you know. Like you really don't see you don't see him being that doctor part. You don't really like see him because even before then, he slick had PTSD because his dad used to beat on him. But we're not gonna get into that, you know. Like
They
you
don't
don't,
know that.
they don't really get into it. So it's like you don't really know who he
They don't know
is,
Tony
like,
was
and then anyway, but it's like for this to be like, you know, of course, you know, I just feel like they kind of should have did you know how they did all the Spider-Mans and like it was like a reset on every Spider. They should have did that with the first Hulk, not just add it on and be like, yes, this is also a part of it. If that's the case, make Ruffalo the Hulk, period, you know.
I feel like it's too late though.
It is too late, most definitely, but I'm saying beforehand when they were starting it out, because Mark Ruffalo shows more of Bruce Banner, you know, and that's more important because everybody knows who the Hulk is. We get it, you know, like you're the strongest, you heal quick, like you fight, like everybody know that, but they don't know who Bruce Banner is and what happened for him to be the Hulk, you know.
Gamma.
That's what I'm saying.
What my boy say? It's like I was made for this.
Number one. Number one. Worst movie for me. Thor: The Dark World. Seen it with my grandma. Shout out Mimo. It was just they introduced the Reality Stone. Shout out to that. But
They explained Infinity Stones. I feel like that was the first time you got the breakdown of Infinity Stones.
wait, they did?
Yeah,
I
like
thought Guardians of the Galaxy did
once
that.
she-
I
once
said
she-
Dark World. Thor: Dark World.
once she sucked in the ether though, because Thor: The Dark World was first.
That was crazy.
Okay.
She sucked in the ether, and that really got them developed to explain. Odin started to explain the Infinity Stones.
Okay.
And then at the end of the Dark World, they
I
go
just-
to the Collector and give him.
I
two Infinity
just
Stones.
don't like the villain, bruh. The elf?
Malekith.
The elf, bruh.
Ooh.
An elf? Like, nah, I'm sorry. I gotta have
Yeah, the
a
villain
good
was kinda
superhero
trash.
movie
He
relies
did
on a
kill
good
his mom,
superhero.
though. Did kill
Did
his sidekick
that what-
killed his mom.
I like there's significant moments in the movie because you know they use that scene in Endgame. I feel like every MCU movie has a significant moment in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like a bad villain I didn't care about. That's why. And I seen that, so nah.
Okay, I can feel it. The majority have Thor: The Dark World in their bottom three, so you know it's understood.
And we're back. You guys didn't miss us though.
We just left off on worst MCU movie.
That is correct.
Now we're going to pick up with Phase 4 and 5.
No, you're wrong. Next big villain.
Next big villain.
Yeah.
How she gonna correct
The
you?
next big. Well, that does tie in with Phase 4 and 5. So we're both. right.
Oh, okay.
But
Good, nice save. Round of
Next big
applause.
villain. For me, I don't think it's one person. I have the Sinister Six being the next villain.
Ooh.
I think Mysterio comes back from the dead, never really dead.
Okay.
Then you also have Vulture still in the MCU. You still have the Scorpion in the MCU who hasn't been officially introduced. Then you have the Shocker who's been with the Vulture. Then that last spot, you can go Doc Ock, Green Goblin.
I need him to go Doc Ock. I need him to go
We
Doc
saw.
Ock.
I feel like they're gonna go.
What I want him to do is
I feel like they're gonna go Doc Ock though.
Doc Ock is clean, regardless of how you look at it. Doc Ock is clean, regardless if it's like from the first Spider-Mans and the second one, because that was the best out of those 3 out of that trilogy.
It was.
Or we can go to Into the Spider-Verse with Miles, because Dr. Octavia, she went. Oh, it was clean. Doc Ock is just crazy.
She was hard.
It was
She
so
said, "My
good.
friends call me Liv."
Right.
And then Aunt May sees her and calls her Liv.
It's Liv. Like, oh, so y'all know each other. I like that.
Yeah.
It was good.
But yeah, I have the Sinister Six as the next big villain. There's so much they could do with it. They can bring over, because Sony is still looking to gain some money, so they could bring Venom over and have him be a member of the Sinister Six.
That's gonna be
You never
crazy.
know.
You
So,
never know.
Carnage. So,
No, let's not
I'm
get into
excited.
them. No, because they're on my list. So relax.
But yeah, who you got?
My next big villain, I would have to say Galactus. I really appreciate everything, because it's like, well, I mean, honestly, they probably gonna go your route, because we just got finished with a big villain to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
But it's like,
That's
after,
what I felt
you
like.
know,
Like
but
they,
it's like after
they
this
kind of
step
come
up,
back down to the real world
yeah,
for a
just
second.
a little bit, right.
Yeah.
But he's coming. He's on his way.
He's on his way.
He gotta be on his way.
If you
This man
go
eat
big
planets.
villain, like, to destroy the universe,
Right,
it has
like
to be
Grandmaster
Galactus.
and them, it has to be Galactus, because he eats planets. He don't
Yeah.
care. He consumes every light. It don't matter.
Silver
he's
Surfer.
He's like Thanos
Silver Surfer.
times like 1,000. Like, it's crazy. He crushes him.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we're talking like big villain, like tip of the top, like top tier, like ain't playing no games I really care about, none of these little humans y'all got going on here. Like, you gonna have to be like a part of the internals to come at him. Any
Yeah.
type of, like, you gonna have to have
They
like
could tease him in
cosmic
there.
on cosmic powers.
They're gonna do a lot of teases in there.
Facts.
They're gonna do a
gonna
Thanos
be
backstory. I
crazy.
think there's gonna be a Galactus.
But do you want to
tease.
see that
Yes.
Thanos backstory?
Anything
the Mad
Thanos
Titan?
related, I want to know.
Best MCU villain.
Okay, I get it, but but honestly, because like I said, like, like, you gotta make them like feel it. So at this point, it's like everything that he's did.
But
I see the story and still be like, I don't care.
But my
'cause
boy said,
my boy Tony died.
I disregarded my destiny once. I cannot do that again. I want to know what he was talking about, because in the comics we all know that he does this to impress Lady Death.
To
there is no
death,
Lady
right.
Death in here. So
Not
what
in
is his
MCU.
what is his pure motivation here? What gave him that sense of damn?
Also, in the comics, his parents thought he was ugly. So,
right, they was trying to kill him at birth.
Facts. I mean, honestly, I felt that. That's like the story
Nah, my boy
with
had
Hera and
bumps all over
Zeus
his
and how they
face. He's
had
pretty ugly.
how they had
Like, kill him?
Hephaestus.
Yeah,
Like,
he
she
ugly.
tossed him
He ugly.
clean off Mount Olympus. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
He wasn't a cute. Like, he was weird. Like, he was the opposite.
Yeah.
Cause like when like 2 pretty people made an ugly baby on his planet. Cause that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He was disgusting.
Thanos
It was gross. And
he
she
was
was
an
like,
ugly
nah.
baby.
They tried to strangle him. What Rhodey say? Let's
Yeah,
get baby
let's
Thanos and
get
just kill him. Like, come
Okay,
on.
first off, that's horrible.
I felt that, but yeah, I think like if we were to go big,
Gotta be
Galactus
Galactus.
he would be amazing to see. Especially like MCU.
They'll do it right. They're not gonna make him a big ass cloud.
They not gonna make him. They not gonna make him like how X-Men and them, how Fox made Apocalypse. I was highly disappointed.
Yeah, that was pretty.
They gonna make Galactus how he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think Damon has the best prediction. However, if you know how Disney has bought Fox, so the media for like X-Men and Fantastic Four, possibly after the sense. Yes. how Disney bought them and have the X-Men and Fantastic Four after the Sinister Six, maybe have the new Avengers go up against the X-Men. Or the Fantastic
But, 'cause,
Four,
like,
yeah.
With the snap, they could play that so
Yeah.
good. Man.
Did you
They
know
can
how,
bring
like-
the mutants and everything back with
Yeah.
this blip? Like,
Yeah.
come on with it. I'm here for it. That X gene finna start popping up.
But that's the
everywhere.
thing, like the MCU, they make sure every word that they say is like perfect. So if you think back to Endgame where Rocket and they're talking about the snap, he's like it had a chain reaction of cosmic events that you've never seen before. I think that's the introduction.
That's the mutant.
And then you have Multiverse of Madness coming out. Scarlet Witch is gonna be in there. Magneto is her dad. Like there's gonna be something tied in.
They need to talk about Polaris, his first daughter. I
Right.
want to see what she
Right.
Because she, honestly, I love Scarlet Witch. Most definitely, she is amazing. But Polaris, with her green light and her power, and how she's like her dad times 5, like she's a mix of Scarlet Witch and her dad. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's just so powerful.
I think
like,
they're also gonna
it.
try to bring back Quicksilver. I mean, you gotta have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to meet up with
true, that's
Magneto.
true.
You gotta have
do
both.
because he has twins.
You gotta have both.
I'm so glad that
But I
Peter-
like that because
Peter
they're having
stuff, I was sick of that Peter. I was like, bro, Peter, why y'all whitewash him? That's not his name. It's not his name.
But they did say
Magneto's
like
Jewish. Stop it. Stop it.
they pushed back the
New
mutants movie,
new
though,
PACT Life.
They should.
for this
Oh.
mindset that they would be bringing the
They
X-Men
should.
into the MCU.
They should. They had to
So,
put everything on stop because
yeah.
now it's like you have to clean it up.
Yeah,
Because if you was to release this, we'd be like, WTF, what's going on?
yeah, they're
You got to
smart.
clean it up. Yeah.
They're smart.
Got to.
Got to.
Transition to that though, that's perfect for Phase 4.
Yep.
Phase 4 movies were announced. We
And
have-
Disney Plus spinoffs.
Yes. So we have Black Widow, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Can't wait.
Eternal.
That's a movie.
That's a movie, but that's the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that
so
got
you're doing
Angelina
spin-offs. My bad,
Jolie
my bad.
that I'm here for.
Oh no, we doing all of Phase 4 though.
It's cool.
Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier, The Eternals,
Right.
Shang-Chi,
Wanda and Vision.
WandaVision,
Doctor
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness,
Loki.
Loki,
What if?
What If,
Dot. Ellipses. Question mark.
Question
Hawkeye,
mark.
and
Hawkeye.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Hawkeye with Kate Bishop though, because honestly, I feel like the way they did Clint Barton, they didn't do him the justice. Now it's like, just scratch his whole character. Just go to Kate. Let's go to Kate.
Is that what you're most excited for in
No,
Phase 4?
as far as this, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just saying Hawkeye, period, because, it's a big stepping stone. Like, we have Kate Bishop. Like,
Okay.
like, she's taking on the mantle as Hawkeye. Like, there is
The new
a girl.
Avengers, yeah.
There's a woman. Like, she's grown.
What
like
are you
the Mighty
most
Thor.
hyped for in Phase 4?
Yeah, that's her. Most hyped for?
For me, I'm gonna have to say, like, as far as the TV series, for the TV series, it's
But
WandaVision.
Nah.
No, for the
Nah,
TV series, it's
the
What If.
Falcon
It's
and
What
the
If.
Winter Soldier for me.
Because they could talk Marvel's Avengers. They could say at a certain point when the X-Men and Fantastic Four get developed into this, what if the X-Men and Fantastic Four were here for
They
when
could also
Thanos stormed
say,
New York?
Here's Deadpool. They can just throw him in there.
Right.
For What If. No,
now,
for real.
now it is an animated series, which I think will be really hard
As it should
because
be.
they're gonna have the literal voice actors reprise their roles.
That's gonna be
As
fun though.
So-
yeah,
Be
no,
fun.
because the animated series for some reason always just come out amazing.
Right.
Always. Like, for some reason, I don't know why Into the Spider-Verse made the least money of all the Spider-Mans when it was literally top 3.
It made the
Because
least.
it's animated.
Because it's animated, but that animation went slap
It was
crazy.
good. It was good. And it won an Emmy.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
For me, it was
Top 3.
it was
Anyway,
definitely top 3 Spider-Man.
definitely
movie.
top 3. But my, like, the one I'm, like, most anticipating probably be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have a new Captain America. And honestly, I feel like Sam Wilson, he fits everything Captain America was, was supposed to be. Because with Steve Rogers, yes, they gave him the title of Captain America, but for a very long time, like, he didn't really know how to play that role, He was like, I feel like it was kind of forced upon him, he's like, but he, because he's really Steve Rogers. Like, we get it, but he's not the America that I really care about. Sam Wilson, though, like, for him to be like the face of America, like the black face of America, I love to see it. You got somebody from New York. He know. It's just I'm excited because I can't. It's just crazy. And the Winter Soldier, honestly, like, I love Bucky. I do. But I need to see this switch. Like, I'm ready to see him like on some like some good guy type shit, Like,
Good, but like running
yeah,
folks
going
over.
crazy. Yeah, like, of course.
For me, I like the Loki series. I'm waiting for the humor. See what happened after he got the Tesseract and dip. I want to see where that go.
Yeah. Like I said, it's
Where you
still in the
think he went?
timeline.
Which round?
For me, like, there's so many places he could go. Like, this is the Loki that didn't see his mom die. He's still mad at Thor.
Yeah.
He's mad at Odin.
Pissed at Odin.
He's now Thanos knows that he's lost a stone, but he got another one back. So, like, this is a timeline where the Avengers are still around. Thanos is still alive.
Together.
Exactly.
This is a timeline where Tony just gave himself a heart attack.
Yeah, like,
That scene was a mess. This is also the timeline where Steve told himself Bucky's still alive.
right. They left that timeline in shambles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Captain America Death for Real said, Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they was like,
Here you
Right.
go.
he
You
said,
with us?
that's not necessary. That was so far.
Man, what? The fact that he literally said
I'm
Bucky's
excited to
still
see
alive.
Shang-Chi. I was a little hesitant at first, but after discussing with Journi, when he kills Hawkeye for Ronan for going crazy on this country. It's gonna be fire.
Well, the
I'm
Mandarin
just stupid. I'm stupid.
is a real.
I'm just playing. I'm just
Nah,
playing.
he's
That's not
joking,
just
he's
joking.
But nah, the Mandarin is the main villain for the movie.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah,
The real one, not the Iron Man
the
3.
real one.
But have you
Yes.
seen what he looks like, Shanghai?
Yeah.
He looks like a version of Bruce Lee. Like I feel
Yeah.
like they copied him. Like
Yeah, but
like, you know how like in Naruto, Might Guy was like based off Bruce Lee.
oh, I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, he was
BBC
based.
over here.
Whatever.
BBC over
He
here.
was based
Yeah.
off Bruce Lee. Like that's my book.
Oh no.
No, that's what he
Fact
looks
check.
like.
Fact
Look.
check.
Encyclopedia down.
Stop it. Am I doing this right? Here we
Why
go.
you? Oh, but you found it quick.
Because it's in the S's. But look at him. Like, you know, he looks like he could be
Yeah,
what
I
they,
think the
Yeah.
casting that they did was perfect
yeah.
because the guy
And-
wants to play it. Those are the best type of people they
Because they're
get
going
for.
to do it to justice. You
right.
know, they're going to read it. They're
Right.
going to know
They
like
study
who
the
their
character.
character are. Yeah.
Shout out Heath Ledger. He started it all.
Shout out to Disney though for diversity.
Big shout out. Big shout out. Now, as far as Phase 4, we know what's on the table. For Phase 5, what they've talked about, Feige confirmed Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2,
Marvel 2 is going to slap.
Is it?
It
Guardians
should.
3,
Yeah, these it.
Is that going to slap?
and a 5th Avengers movie.
Is Guardians
and
3 and
X-Men and
Blade,
Fantastic Four.
And my boy Blade.
Blade.
The
yes.
fact that Mahershala Ali really walked in there and said, we're going to make a Blade,
Right.
and I'm going to play it.
Right. And Feige said when that guy calls you, you take that call.
And you say
yeah.
yes. This
So-
is the Emmy Award, 2-time Emmy
What do you
Award
win? What
winning.
movie just?
He won Moonlight and Green
Okay,
Book
yeah.
back to back. I'm talking year after year.
Yeah. So
he goes
he's
crazy.
the truth. But I
For real,
think
he's a good actor.
now, don't take. I know this is big, them revealing it, but I think we should take it with a grain of salt because the Eternals is supposed to be out by now.
Yeah, they pushed that back.
The Spider-Man Spider-Man Homecoming wasn't in the original Phase 3 lineup.
Yeah.
So they can take out and put in these movies. Of course, they can't announce that information with Spider-Man 3 because they need Sony's permission. You never know what they're going to do with Venom.
Or-
Deadpool 3, you never know how soon they announce that. So that's my thing. I'm not trying to get too excited.
Wait, you said Deadpool 3 with who? With Disney?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do a Deadpool 3 off rip, or you think they'll reintroduce his
Oh,
character?
no, they already said they're doing a
Okay,
Deadpool
they
3.
did.
They're
Yeah.
going to have to.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to. Nobody's going to take
And they
a
said they're
reintroduction.
recasting everybody, but I think they should keep this
Ryan
cast of
Reynolds.
No, Ryan Reynolds is the only person
yeah,
coming
that's the only
over.
person.
That-
Yeah,
no,
but I
like, for
think
real.
for me, like Josh Brolin has done a good job, such a great job with Thanos. You have to keep him invested in the MCU somehow. So I let him stay as Cable. Now everything else, you gotta redo,
Colossus?
huh?
Colossus?
Yes.
Megasonic?
Well,
Teenage
no,
Warhead?
for them, that's what I said. Cast a Deadpool, keep them all,
Oh, like they're good.
keep them all.
I, like
I wish
them.
they had more like character development in their movies though.
It's kind of hard though, cause like the way the studio properties are.
But
Like,
now,
you can barely see.
but it's so
the
fire
X-Men.
because like that's what I'm saying. We know that Blade isn't gonna come out to Phase 5,
And
but you can
that's
introduce
okay.
with him as Spider-Man.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
has
Because
storylines
honestly,
with Doctor
You
Strange.
can introduce a lot of people with Spider-Man. Let's be real.
Spider-Man
Everybody
has a
loves Peter Parker.
Fantastic Four.
That's Johnny Storm and they're best friends.
Right,
Like everybody
right.
love him.
Deadpool.
Harry, like that's what I'm saying. Like you can introduce everybody with just being like a little bit in a Spider-Man movie, like a piece of it, and you be like, okay, this where it went.
Because Sony's talking about making a Corvius movie, the vampire. So you introduce him, Blade.
Then you
boom,
have Blade.
boom.
How do we feel about the Netflix properties? You saw I don't want to mess up bro name. Bro is playing Blade. Say his name again.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, he was in Daredevil and he was killed off. So
Well,
do you think they're gonna?
No, he was also on Luke Cage for a minute.
yeah,
I
no,
forgot.
he was on Luke Cage.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He was on Luke Cage, but he died off.
They
right?
said they're gonna have to recast those characters anyway, which really sucks
No,
because
they
I
need
love
to
Charlie
keep
Cox
him.
as
Yeah.
Daredevil. I love
Shawty as Jessica Jones,
yes.
Luke Cage. No, for real, like they did a good job. I need what's her name? Dawson, the nurse. I need her
Man.
to stay.
Kingpin,
She's
Wilson
such,
Fisk.
She's such a good actor.
Like
Oh my gosh.
the Netflix characters, if they are recast, I'm sure the MCU and those guys at Marvel Studios will do a good job with the casting. But if they could, for as far as what the fans would love, we would love to see those characters stay in those roles. So
I
just
hope
do us
so.
a favor on this
I
one,
mean,
Feige.
honestly,
Please.
it's like the people I think they should like recast. Not even gonna hold you. Is Alexandria Ship as Storm? she don't do my girl justice, honestly. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like she's scared of the role.
Yeah.
Like, Storm has so much power in her name and just who she is as a character. You know, like she
Mary's
kinda,
Black Panther.
you know, like she shy away from like really coming in, and she's okay as an actress. I think she got a lot more work to do before she take on the role as Storm. Period. You know,
Talking about my boy Jim playing
Like-
Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. John Krasinski from The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I was
and his
like,
wife
I
playing
don't watch The
Miss
Office.
Fantastic.
Oh, she's Emily Blunt. She's
Yeah.
a really good actress. No, that could be really good
And
because
then
he
they-
looks like Reed
And they
Richards.
talking about
almost.
having Zac Efron play the Human
Johnny?
Torch. Yeah.
Zac Efron is John. Look, I love me some Zac because he's a good actor, but the way he's been looking lately.
I could see it though. I could see it.
Okay.
Now,
So who's gonna be the thing? Does it even matter?
Nah, the CGI gonna be booming.
yeah.
CGI gonna be booming. Don't worry about that.
Facts.
Yeah. And then the Russo brothers want to do a Fantastic Four movie.
A new one.
So
Yeah, because that
it's gonna be fire regardless.
it's gonna,
make a Billy
it's gonna
too.
have to be like way better than that one. I did not. Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller. We get it. They're cool enough actors, you know. Like
Yeah.
but it wasn't it.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. That movie wasn't it. How Doctor Doom became that. That wasn't it.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It
yeah.
wasn't. Honestly,
Yeah.
they
got to
coulda-
do my boy Doom right. They're talking about giving Doom his own movie too, being the first villain to get his own movie.
I need them to do that right.
They could.
Well,
they,
behind Thanos.
well,
Even though that wasn't technically his movie.
technically, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Doom is too far for them to mess that up.
Doom took.
And
Do you think they're doing-
messed
oh my
it
God.
up already. Like, I need
But
Do you think they're doing that because of how DC doing with the Joker? That
No.
movie come out in November. You think just doing it?
I don't even think that one's like.
It looked
I
good.
mean,
the trailer looked good.
now, like for me,
It
I'm
looks
always.
okay.
I
Scale of
would.
1 to 10.
I will
solid
not
6.
see a
Don't
MCU
compare
movie.
Ledger and him, bro.
I will
I'm
not
not
do it.
comparing the
I
two.
will not do an MCU movie on the first night if it's not in IMAX. Like the first time seeing it, I have to see it in IMAX. So the Joker movie, like seeing it on the screen and everything in IMAX, I think is gonna be really good. But as far as like, if they did a Doom movie, it would outdo it.
It was
Well,
snap.
would that sell? Do you think
A
Marvel
Doom movie?
MCU fans will go and see Doctor Doom?
Oh,
of
absolutely.
course.
Okay.
Doom is
Yes.
probably the second most MCU
'cause
popular
honestly,
MCU villain.
Doom never stops. Like
Right.
I don't know how these Doom bots.
He portrayed Iron Man at one point.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Doom
dude's a
bots
dog.
keep coming. The minute like somebody can knock down like a good 10,000 Doom bots in one spot in New York, they coming back better over there in Brooklyn. Makes no sense. Like he don't play no games. Like
Yeah, Doom
that
is
is
on
like
that.
for real. He's go crazy because he's a doctor. He's smart.
Doom is on that.
Like
And that's what I think is
And
really
he's full of
interesting about the
hatred.
next
That's the good
phases
part.
of the MCU. You have the introduction of Reed Richards, Professor X, Magneto. You have so many
I
smart
can't
guys
wait
coming.
till we
It's about
start,
to
like,
it's about to
talking
get
about
nasty.
Marvel because that Illuminati.
Yeah.
With all of them, with Iron Man, Reed Richards, like
Right. And they're bringing the
look at
hand from Daredevil.
It's going crazy.
That's what I'm saying. They're coming back closer to Earth,
it's
but
going
it's
crazy.
it's setting us up for something even bigger.
Yeah.
Now,
Man, just get into your Marvel talk. I'm gonna just sit back and watch y'all.
all right,
geek
let's
it
get in
up.
our bag. Top five Marvel characters. Period. I'll go first.
Villains.
Marvel villains.
Yeah, it's got separate.
Okay, let me see. Number 5, I have Magneto,
Okay.
the father of Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver,
Polaris.
a man who tries to let his good side speak to him, but after he sees how annoying humans can constantly be,
Facts. I felt that.
he drifts back towards the negative side. We know how great Magneto is.
They
Got to
killed
give him his
mother
rec.
in front of him.
He's gonna be a dog in the MCU.
Be
Number 4, Doc Ock. I mean,
the truth.
you know, this like one of my favorite storylines is him taking over Peter Parker's body, like, and making the Avengers hate him.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Oh
he's
my
a
gosh.
dog for that. I mean, just how
I
he
like
makes
it,
you
though.
connect. He's a
Right.
member of the Sinister Six. I mean, he really does it all. I gotta put
Right, and
Doc
let's
Ock
be
at
real,
number
'cause,
4.
Like we love like Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, but the brain behind all that is Dr. Octavius.
Oh no, but number 3 is number 3
whatever.
for me is Green Goblin. No, number 3 for me is Kingpin.
Oh, okay.
Now, for me, I'm a very big Daredevil fan. Kingpin has almost broken Deadpool on numerous occasions. He's also almost broken Spider-Man on numerous occasions.
Did into the verse. Broke him.
Ran as a mayor of New York. Kingpin does it all. If you haven't seen, I don't know why people have not watched the Daredevil series on Netflix. It is literally the best. Like, every episode is a Marvel movie. I will say that. And
wow, poetic.
It is really
That's
good.
poetic.
Like, there's fighting scenes and everything. There's character development. Definitely watch Daredevil. Number 2, Green Goblin. Norman Osborn, man.
The man that started it all, huh?
The death of Gwen Stacy. Then you have
the death of Peter Parker.
death of Peter Parker. He also
He died right along.
he also
they died, like,
he also
2
loses
seconds
his
apart.
Green Goblin powers. Then gets Carnage. Like,
Whew.
we haven't even touched base with Green Goblin in the MCU, but when it comes, it's gonna be nasty. Yeah, you about to get in your bag. Number 1 though, as far as the comics go, Doom. Doom bodied Thanos in the comics. Doom beat Black Panther when Black Panther had the gauntlet.
Thanks.
It's no comparison for me. And he's held up the mantle of Iron Man. He's beat the Fantastic Four on numerous occasions. The Avengers had to come together to stop him. Doom is the real deal, and when we get him in the MCU, it'll be a glorious day.
All right, my top 5 villains. Number 5, Rogue. I have to go with Rogue. That's my girl. She's no, for real. Like, honestly, I feel like the movies, they did not do her no type of justice. Like, she's so powerful. For some, like, a touch, like her pinky could touch you. She's taking away your powers, your life force, because she did that to Captain Marvel. Yes, that did make her slick go crazy, but the fact that all she did was like hug her, because you remember like when Avengers versus X-Men and they had got to fight, and it was crazy. And no, like she definitely, like, she drained Carol Danvers of her life force.
She go in.
She goes slap
I think there is a certain point though, like when you look at the MCU, there's characters that could be too OP. Like, if they were to do that on screen, how do you come back and bounce back from that? You really can't. You can't. Because Hulk, to me at this point, can't bounce back from the way Thanos did him.
Bodied him. I'm talking
like,
2-piece. Like, it was crazy.
The only way that I would get hyped for Hulk again is if I saw him pissed off against Wolverine.
The only way I get hyped for Hulk again is if I saw him in Planet Hulk. That's about it. Facts. My number 4 though, Emma Frost, the Ice Queen. She fly. Like, you can't tell. Like, her body can be encased in diamonds, and you can't read her mind anymore.
Is this an all women list?
Nah.
Okay, I was about to say.
Nah. But I'm just saying, they winning a little bit because it's going crazy.
New PACT Life.
No, like, she's powerful. Her background story, I appreciated it. Like, who she is, how she be. Like, she tricked what's-your-face Jean Grey, even though she's very gullible. Anyway, she just fine.
Her versus Storm, who wins?
Kobe, Katie, Kyrie, pick a K.
I love Storm. Not even gonna hold you, but Emma Frost really that. Like, it's like, because like her mental is so strong that her and Charles, like, because yes, he is like the best telepath in the world, but she like really like right underneath.
Yeah, she was right there
like,
with him.
She's like, she don't play no, like, she's solid. Yeah, like, that's a cold woman. Like, I love her. Number 3, Carnage. He's straight savage. I don't care, symbiote or whatever. Carnage is like, he vicious.
That's a different.
Like, for like villain wise, it don't matter.
Yeah.
He gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, and you gonna have to be okay with it. I just love it. Carnage is amazing.
The MCU devil, the Marvel devil.
Basically.
The iteration of a devil. In the
for
Marvel
number 2, though, I have to say Magneto. But he's a villain with a purpose. Like, you understand, why he became the way he did. Like him, like, because he honestly was trying to see Charles's way, but it was like, Charles, I can't. I'm not hearing no you talking about they done killed my mother. They just took away my entire country. They took away, like, they stripped him of everything but his power. So he's like, in this point, I'm finna use my powers to get back at y'all. This man is so, like, he literally can shift the Earth's tectonic plates with just his mind. Are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. That's another example for me of being too OP. Like, there's nobody in the MCU right now
that can
like not even
that.
Not even Strange. Like,
you can't handle that. That don't,
nobody
like,
can mess with
that
Magneto.
Makes no sense because he's just like top tier. But number 1, my girl Mystique. I love her. No, listen, let me tell you, her powers may seem basic because she can only like shapeshift, but her mind is crazy.
You like
No, because like she can't do that. I'm saying, like, she conniving, like, you know what I mean? Like, she can get in Magneto's head without even doing anything that Charles can do. All she gotta do is just talk. Her words speak so much power, and she's really good on the battlefield though. You know, give her a gun, she going crazy.
Yeah.
She'll go toe to toe with Black Widow any given day.
Yeah.
She really the truth.
Talk about it.
She's been around for so long. Like I'm talking, her and Wolverine had a short little romance like way before. Like
Speaking
back
of
in the
that,
Western
I feel like
days.
we do need to give respect to Jean Grey though.
So back to Mystique. I really appreciated her. She's great. Like that's my girl, you know, like she's number one villain because she can just be like, she can be everywhere but nowhere at the same time. Like it's this one comic strip where it was like Raven's dead, Mystique's dead, whatever, and it's like everybody on the subway, you got her name, she's dead, but then the woman standing in the middle is Mystique with this hat on, and it's like her hands are white because that's who she portraying, but those eyes are gold, and she ready, and I love it. Like she's just good. Like she can yes, I love it. Now back to Jean Grey. Honestly, I believe Jean Grey is not as powerful as she can be without the Phoenix, so I don't give her that. Like without the Phoenix, she's okay.
But with the Phoenix.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing, though. With that cosmic force
She
aiding
bodied
her,
Magneto.
yeah, of course. With the Phoenix, with that cosmic force helping her along the way, most definitely. But if the Phoenix was to pick somebody else, who are you? Okay, a teacher. That's who you are. Appreciate it. Telekinesis is cute.
You're right.
That Dark Phoenix, just the Phoenix itself, just like amplifies her up to 10. But
I
if
feel
it
like
was to
her
pick
powers
somebody
connect
else,
with it well, though.
yeah, of course. She's a great host because that's what she is, a host.
And the Phoenix like a symbiote,
It's a cosmic force.
but it's like a symbiote.
It takes over your
Slick.
body, basically.
Yeah,
It's like a symbiote.
Yeah.
it empowers her to the top.
It's not like an alter ego like Venom, though. That's a whole.
That's different.
That's
yeah, 'cause
fire.
he's talking.
Yeah.
Like it's wild. Facts. As they should be.
Now, as far as my our top five Marvel heroes,
Top
number
five,
5 for me,
number baby.
Deadpool. In the comics, Deadpool is like, they've done a really good job with connecting that to the screen, the big screen, I feel like. But,
Because
you
he's not
know,
an Avenger.
Deadpool, you got to give him his credit. Probably most definitely the funniest
Most definitely.
Marvel
absolutely.
character in
Yeah.
existence.
No, but you also got to talk about where he went and he killed everybody in the whole Marvel universe.
where
you got to add that
the
in. That's
Daredevil,
iconic.
he kills everyone.
Everyone.
Hulk,
I'm talking
Spider-Man,
the fact
and
that he can kill the Hulk.
Cutthroat.
Crazy. You got to talk about it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. He kills everybody. Deadpool's up there. Number 4 for me, like I said, I'm a huge fan. Daredevil. Daredevil in the comics is another breed. He's like, I really like how he connects with other characters as well. Like there's a part where he leaves and Black Panther serves as Daredevil.
Right.
And then there's a part where he connects with Blade and of course Spider-Man and Hell's Kitchen.
But Daredevil
Like
cold for him to just be a human who just lost his eyesight
exactly.
and
And
then
Daredevil's
like,
so cold.
yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
really for me, when I really became a top-notch Daredevil fan is when I read the issue where Daredevil is literally like convincing a jury that Eddie Brock is not responsible for
Right.
his crimes as Venom. I'm like, how?
How?
Like this man is too cold.
Because yes, he is.
Yeah,
Like, stop it.
Yeah, like ain't you're not telling me, but Daredevil,
Okay.
Matt Murdock, he's up there. Number 3, Doctor Strange. In the comics, Doctor Strange is
a thug. He about everything he
Yeah,
said he is.
yeah,
That's crazy.
like,
Doctor Strange does not.
I
play.
really would have liked to see more interaction between Ebony Maw and Doctor Strange on the big screen, but in the comics, it's like it's up there, and Doctor Strange is going toe to toe with anybody just based off his powers, his intellect. He's going toe to toe with the Silver Surfer. Like
Right.
it's stuff like that that
Right.
makes Stephen Strange OP. Number 2, Cap.
Nope. Yep.
Are you serious?
Cap.
You're bugging
Man.
right now.
Cap.
You're tripping.
Cap in the comics, man. Just seeing how him and Red Skull go back and forth. The different timelines, different Earths you could look to. One where he marries the female Tony Stark,
Yeah,
stuff like that. So
that's-
there's no Civil War.
Yeah, we know in the MCU that's gay.
So
Love
yeah.
to hear it. And that's what it is. Come on now.
But you know,
Because it's all the same. Let's be real. In different universes, it's technically the same, just different people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah.
the same, but it's not. So for that to happen, okay. That's why Civil War happened as hard as it did.
yeah, that's facts.
Feelings.
That's facts.
We
Number
get
1
y'all.
though,
I'm here for it.
Spider-Man. Let's. It's not even close. Spider-Man in the comics, he has a crossover with everyone.
Yeah.
He has a different suit.
He's best friends with everyone. Everybody loves
Exactly.
Peter Parker.
Like there's a issue where he
Everybody.
takes a bullet for Cap, and Cap tells him you're gonna be the best superhero, and then
Ever.
time skips and he's the best superhero in the future.
Exactly.
There's a time where
Tony
he gets the
Stark
black
respects
suit.
him.
Right.
Crazy.
There's a time where he gets the black suit, and Kingpin sets out a hit on Aunt May, and then he goes into the jail cell
Right.
and beats Kingpin,
As
and he
he
says,
should.
"If she dies, I'm gonna come back and kill you."
Facts.
He's
Exactly.
a
Don't
savage.
come for her. Like,
So,
ooh.
number one,
What?
Peter Parker.
Facts.
It don't matter. Spider-Man.
I feel that. For me, my top heroes. Number 5, Miles Morales. I gotta shout out to my boy, 13. Like he was the youngest to ever do it. I love him. He's great. He just, as far as like Into the Spider-Verse goes, I loved how they just showed, like him being human, like him being scared and nervous, but him still also adapting to his powers, him losing his aunt. Because I like how instead of it being like Great Uncle Ben, it was like his uncle, like this my boy, like he talked to his uncle more than he talked to his dad on some stuff, like it's crazy, like and then the fact that his uncle was the villain, that's the part that it was just like woo, it was crazy, I appreciate everything Miles Morales is about, the fact that he's a little bit more like as far as like his powers, like being invisibility, the electric shock, like that's him, like the spider that bit him was a little bit more advanced than Peter Parker. And also we're in a world where Peter Parker died, so it's like it's kind of like the same that as far as like the MCU did with Tony Stark and like Peter, Tom Holland's character, he has so much to like live up to because he saw Peter die, so for him to just kind of be stuck like that, it was very human, and I appreciate it. He's a really good character. He has a lot to live up to. They're going to do him justice, I believe, if Sony keeps going the way they're supposed to. And I like Miles Morales
I think
a lot.
Mahershala Ali, you know his name.
You made me mess up. Mahershala Ali.
He played a Prowler in
I saw
Crazy.
that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, this man is crazy,
The
and
Prowler-
this
the
also
Prowler
won an
theme
Emmy.
was so far.
It was crazy. So number 4,
Made me scary. My bad.
number 4 has to be the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer was
Yes.
good.
Cause that man just really powerful. Like Silver Surfer really just be chilling. He be like, all right, call me if y'all need me. Even if you do call me, I'm not really gonna come. Just when Galactus on the way, I got you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like he really be chilling, but he contains so much power. Like that board alone is crazy. And I liked how they did him in the old Fantastic Four. I like that. It was cute. It was cute.
I can't
They
give
didn't
them
touch.
that though.
They didn't
'cause,
touch
like,
more into his powers because they
ruins
just
the
sacrificed
demeanor
him.
of Galactus as a cloud, like.
Yeah, that cloud was weird. It was weird.
But for me,
I'm
that
saying,
Silver Surfer means so much because, like, if you needed to make someone look strong, you had them go against Silver Surfer. So, like, Black Panther put Silver Surfer in a headlock and he couldn't get out, and you're like, well, damn, T'Challa is really
right,
up there
he
on
gotta
that
be,
level.
yeah. Yeah, facts. But I like the Silver Surfer. I think like if they were to do everything like over again, make it right, he could be really hard. Cause he's slick OP. Not even gonna hold you.
Oh, he is OP.
Like it makes no sense how much power he can take, but he be chilling. That's why I just want to see it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause he got the power, but he just not doing nothing about it. Number 3, my girl Spectrum. We got a piece of her in Captain Marvel. She was a little girl, Monica. I don't know her last name. It's Cajun.
Lewinsky?
No, shut up. Anyway, so what she did was, as she grew up,
in the
I'm gonna need her to be.
the TV series.
I'm gonna need her to be.
She's gonna be in Scarlet Witch, but she's
Monica
grown
Rambeau.
up.
Yeah, there we go, Rambo. I'm gonna need her to be because as like she grows up, and like she goes to the Air Force, like her mother, like Carol. She actually becomes the captain, and Shawty end up getting these cosmic forces, and it's crazy. She become Captain Marvel at one point. She become Captain of the New Avengers. Then she take on Spectrum, and like, cause she can the way her powers are set up is basically like she's made of light. Okay. Like it's just fly. She can separate her molecules. She just really she can fly. I'm talking she's powerful. Cosmic power is really
Unbeatable.
Yeah, they're for the win. Like it makes no
She's
sense.
older now, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be about like 19.
No, she's a grown woman in the.
Like grown?
Yes,
Because that was the backstory of Captain Marvel.
I'm here for it.
and she's gonna be in the TV series of Scarlet Witch.
I'm here
Vision.
for it. I need her to be because she's powerful.
Yeah.
And they don't need to sleep on her at all. But I like how they did that little Easter egg. Number two.
No, this is your number one.
My hero. No.
Oh, that was she was 3.
Yeah, she was 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Iceman, Bobby Drake. Period. Let's be real. Bobby in his ice form, unkillable. You can't kill him. He said that himself. You can try to cut off this man's head. It's not gonna hold. It's not gonna do anything. He's so like his ice powers range so far. It makes no sense. He can't die. He's not an Avenger. He's X-Men. He's a mutant. Look him up.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like no, like for real. In the recent comics though, he came out. He has a husband now. That's cute. Him and Rogue are no more because Rogue, her boyfriend, they're not together anymore. He's my number 1, so we're gonna get to him later. But Bobby Drake, no, we're look, just wait on it. But Bobby Drake, like honestly, like I love the X-Men as far as not the new ones, not the young ones. I don't really care for the young ones. But as far as like the old ones with Hugh Jackman, like Bobby Drake, yeah, like he really like Bobby Drake really went crazy. Even in the comic books, like he don't make no sense. Like every villain that he's ever went up against, he's beat him in like 2 seconds flat. Yeah. Like it don't make it. How are you like?
But that would be
really
interesting to see on a TV.
Mutants
screen.
are really OP,
like,
bro. I'm not even gonna hold you because he can't die.
Well, they gonna nerf him.
I'm saying, but like, you have to bring in the weakest of the weak because if you bring in like a mid-level X-Men character, they can body
That's what I'm
Scarlet
saying.
Witch.
But will
like,
they body
Instantly?
But will they body them?
Because
I mean, the way they've done Scarlet Witch, the way they've done Scarlet Witch though is like
they can right now.
It's kind of weird with how the MCU done it.
They can body her right now. She cool, like like she don't know her full potential. Cause in the comic book, she does this thing where she's like no more mutants and wipes out like 97% of reality.
Yeah.
Like she's powerful, but MCU right now.
Yeah, I'm saying they won't
she's
allow her
like
to be that powerful.
low
Yeah.
level tier.
Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
like,
Like
they introduced
everything
the new
is
X-Men,
scaled down lower because like if you notice, they made Thanos without the gauntlet stronger than Thanos with the gauntlet.
Yeah, that was ugly.
So like
That was ugly.
they can revisit that. They can bring Magneto in and have him kill everybody if he wanted to. Like, there's no.
But they know, but Marvel not gonna do that though.
I mean, they can't because it's
the universe going.
Yeah, facts. You got to keep the movies going because Magneto came through and killed everybody. If for real, like if Bobby himself came and killed everybody with just his ice, like what? I'm not watching that. Not even. I'm not watching that. I need conflict.
I'm saying that's all I'm saying. So if they introduce like you said, middle-level X-Men, they ain't gonna kill them. They gonna body them. I don't think they will kill them because at the end of the day, you gotta.
Honestly, what they shouldn't have done.
They're probably gonna have
they
them
shouldn't
body
have
them,
done
but
Dark
like
Phoenix at
in
all.
a scene where it's like the Avengers, Hulk bodies them, so they're gonna have a weaker Avenger go against them before they meet them on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And they have Thor and they have Captain Marvel.
I doubt.
Because the way they booking Captain Marvel, nobody gonna beat her.
Exactly. But honestly,
she said.
Facts. But my number 1, my boy Gambit. Gambit really fought. He's a mutant. And the X-Men.
Not in the book either, huh?
Nah, no, but I want you to look him up. Like he's so his power
they're making
basically.
a Gambit movie though.
Yeah, with Channing Tatum, I'm not here for it.
Oh no, they canceled it actually.
Thank God, because Channing Tatum's not a good actor. No offense to him, he's not good. Look at that, I don't like it. But anyway, Gambit himself, Remy. First of all, that's Rogue. That's Rogue's lover boy in the What's Your Face. But like his powers go slap crazy. He got this thing called Death Charge when he's like at like his tip top and you can't touch him. Like he's unbeatable. That's when because his powers is like like any object that he touched, he creates energy with it. You know, like towards it, and he can use it. That's why he used the playing card so effortlessly. But in Death Charge with that staff and like he killing folks, it's like anything. Basically, he has like telekinesis times 10 with that Death Charge because it's
Gambit.
crazy.
Nah,
Oh gosh.
never mind. I was gonna say I'd rather see him than the MCU do Apocalypse correctly, but if they do Apocalypse correctly.
I hated the way they did Apocalypse.
If they do him correctly, he would be there with Thanos.
Facts. Facts. That's hard facts. Because Apocalypse really fought. Like his a drop of his blood can kill a mutant.
Yeah.
And a drop of it can give a human mutant powers. What are you saying?
He goes in.
Come on, that's crazy. Like that's slap crazy. But nah, Gambit's my number 1 because I feel like he really underrated and they didn't do him as well as they should have in the Wolverine movie. The one with Hugh Jackman, you remember how because the way they did Deadpool, he had his teleportation powers and it was like, okay.
That's X-Men First Class you talking about?
No, that's not First Class. That's the Wolverine.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But they messed up. That movie was garbage.
Yeah, it was, but they could have did it so much. Like, Gambit was really fire. Honestly, if they brought back that old actor, because he was a good Gambit, they just didn't give him the screen time that he needed for you to understand, like, how good he was.
But it's been a decade plus.
I know. They're old now. It sucks, because they started off so good.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. It's content right there, baby. Let's play the drop. Let's play the drop.
New PACT Life.
And this conclude Marvelous Talk. I think it was Marvel. It was marvelous. No pun intended. You feel me? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Bestie, for coming through.
First woman to be on the PACT Life
That
podcast.
deserves a round of applause, excluding my beautiful mother, of course. But and again, Damon, Mr. Consistent.
You already
Mr.
know.
Reliable.
You already know. We coming
And
through.
you know, rock with us. We out. 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 We out.
New PACT Life. New PACT Life.